default when I plug it in.
Oh yeah, it's a little different now. Hey, what is your Discord setting for your voice and video?
Well, I have to unplug so I can actually talk to you.
It sounds like if he has to plug in, it sounds like the Discord settings are set to default.
Yeah, probably.
Where do I see the Discord setting? Let's try that. Maybe it's
yeah, if you click the little settings icon at like the bottom leftish.
Should be a little
gear
cog, yeah.
Oh, I see it. Okay, user settings.
And then voice and video. It's a little ways down.
Windows text chat. Voice and video. Okay.
Yeah, in there's an input device.
It just says default. So microphone, high definition audio device, input.
Yeah,
Whichever
if
one's
there's
not the one that it's going through now.
Yeah.
So when I plug it in and I'm in the Windows setting, I cannot mess the default thing is grayed out when I plug it in.
All right, so select the microphone manually in Discord. Then once you plug the other one in, see if it works.
Where do I do that? So plug it in. And
plug in your cheap mic thing, and then go back into the Discord settings. And in the pull down, instead of default, select whatever microphone thing pops up in there. If you have two of them, do it one by one at a time and see which one actually works.
There's also a chance you may need to restart Discord once you plug the headset in, because Discord is pretty finicky sometimes.
All right, so I'm going to plug in, and then so it's in the normal chat thingy. Is that correct?
In the user settings where you just were in the sound settings.
In the sound settings where I was. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunately did that. All right, so I'm going to disappear for a second.
I will also be right back, but not because of that.
So Seth, I'm on Newegg right now. What's like a not shitty headset for like under 30?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Whatever device you selected, that is the one that you're using before already. That's the desktop mic.
Hello.
We hear you. You should probably actually announce which device you've selected so we can tell you if it works. Unless you can't hear us, in which case this is moot.
Now I can't hear anything.
I'm going ahead and say that one does not work.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hear you.
All right.
That's still the janky one though.
Is it?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep.
It's funny because I can hear you through the headphones.
So you set the audio playback, but you didn't select the recording device then, because you can set it to two different sources.
Let me try this.
I mean, in all practical sense, it defeats the echo problem, which is good enough, I guess.
Good.
Wait, say something.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Chris. You sound like Will. You change your device weird.
How about this?
That's a feature.
So this is a no.
This is a no.
Okay. How about this?
No.
Probably.
Hello.
I hear you.
You hear me?
I hear you.
Do you hear me well? Is this good?
You are adequate.
Yeah, you sound alright.
Better than last week or last time we played.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
I
not
mean, it doesn't have
Definitely.
doesn't have that weird echo effect, so it's good enough.
Yeah.
All right, now let's just fucking go with this because this is ridiculous.
This background looks baller as fuck.
You were pretty drunk, weren't you?
Oh god, it was awful.
We fought on this for like an hour.
Doesn't change the fact that it looks baller as fuck.
Fair. Oh fuck! Accidentally backed out of it.
Fuck. I have so little HP.
I have 19 HP. I'm good for like 1 hit.
Yeah,
I
I
was
have
tracking
17.
mine on the board, so I don't know how much I have. It's not there. I'm just gonna guess I didn't get hit because I was pretty good for most of that game.
Yeah, you didn't get hit 'cause otherwise you'd be poisoned.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's the full issue that we have. Let's see. I just select character. Just keep.
Everything is going to be fine because this big guy is now going to fight on our side.
All right.
There we go. 14 hit points. Oh baby.
Does he have a sword of lesser restoration that when it hits you, it cures you of disease?
Yes.
He does. He does. But you have
And-
to get it. You have to get it from him first.
And it heals you.
All right. So this should be fun. Is everyone ready to go? Let's start with that.
Yes.
I am ready
Yes,
to go.
do it.
All right. So I rolled a 1. I'm just trying to get through everyone. So this should be very interesting based on where I think we ended the night. Josh, can you tell us what happened last time?
Okay.
We did.
So we're dead. Yes. All right. So we started the night basically finishing in the realm with the big bads. We ended up lasting through the last round and some weird skeleton lich thing. I'm still not entirely sure what it was. Came and congratulated us for lasting the I think 4 or 5 rounds. Afterwards, we woke up on a hill overseeing what used to be Lockport, or I guess it still is, but it's different now. Larger in size, I think like triple, maybe even more. When we woke up, I know that Ezekiel was like pretty out of it and dazed, and his bird was there, his raven was there with letters from his family, and what we got from the letters was that we needed to meet somebody. Hopefully, it was Scribblenaught, but we needed to meet somebody in the inner city. So, after bumbling through the farmlands and convincing our Burlog friend not to attack the guards, we were able to get into the Cinnamon Cider bar just by simply asking and pointing because we were stupid. We go into the Cinnamon Cider bar. I'm still excited that that's based on the beginning with me convincing people to put cinnamon in their beer because
Potentially
for some
based
reason-
on. Potentially based on.
Listen,
No
I've
proof
already
of
written.
that.
I've already have my patent. We're good. So we met with this dwarven man named Barley, and he was very boisterous and loud. We
He was
also
human. Hold on, clarify. He was
Oh, he
human.
was human?
His wife.
Oh.
His wife was a dwarf.
Okay, I had dwarven woman, so I just assumed that was my bad. I shouldn't be assuming people's I guess races based on who their wives are.
Yeah. Yup.
My bad.
You were in a stasis for 10 years, so it's okay.
Things change. Yeah.
So we never actually got the name of his wife, and I'm kind of disappointed about that. But Barley led us into the basement where we had to go behind this, I guess, facade of a beer keg. And I remember I was very happy about the craftsmanship of this beer keg. We went into the basement where we met the Thieves Guild master, who I have here. His name is the Raven, who was wearing some leather armor. He was arguing with a girl who looked about 18 and 19 years old, and they were arguing about whether to save Scribblenaught. And us, owing our lives to Scribblenaught, decided to save him. Before we left, I made my lobster pal, because we need to have lobsters in our lives forever. And his name is Pinches. So we followed the Raven into I think it's like a castle type setting to find Scribblenut. We had to do some sneaky sneak, and I know I failed to sneaky sneak, and the Raven doesn't like me that much. But I think there was only one other person who also couldn't sneaky sneak. Who that was? So we started going through these rooms. I have a grandfather clock bag of holding. We let's see, we dealt with what looked like, I guess, almost with some undead stuff. First we killed this orc. This orc was eating some man, and that was kind of creepy. We solved a puzzle with spirits, and we went into this, secret alcohol storage room where we got some gems. We saw something, I think a tentacle thing, break a window in a long corridor.
Mhm.
And we had this very, I guess, strange castle layout that we are still currently trying to get through. I think as of now we are probably almost done. We are currently outside, and we got poisoned by some zombie diseased ridden asshole who has 3 of us losing permanent health every
4.
little bit of time. And let's see, we have 1 elixir so far. We tried to get 2 and we failed in doing that. We did meet somebody else in the castle who tried to save Scribblenut as well, and she's scared, and I think she's held up in a room currently. She helped us with making this elixir. And
Helped, air quote.
listen,
Hey, Heather was great.
She was. I stayed behind.
So let me just say that was a great recap. Thank you. Like, just phenomenal.
Thank God someone paid attention.
Yeah, you can tell that he took a lot of notes. I hope everyone is paying attention here. Thank you.
I feel like
I-
I lost in something. I know we killed this large hooded robe skeleton with a large sword that was curved. I don't know if we still have that sword.
No. So at the very end, we put the sword and the helmet and the shield that we found onto the statue when he
on
came
the
to
statue.
life.
The statue swung at Nostrid, though, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
but I have
yeah.
15 AC, so I should be totally fine, right?
And that's what we're gonna do. Everyone roll for. Damn it! I forgot to do the initiative tracker. Fuck. All right, everyone roll for initiative. Fuck.
Make sure you track this, okay?
And if we're in roll 20, and some people need to drop their tokens in, I created a Mr. Pinchy token.
It's fucking
Yes!
Josh, you should be able to drive it. So you all came in, yeah, at the bottom area over there.
Okay, so I cannot control Mr. or Mr.
Oh, you
Pinchy.
cannot.
I thought we
Oh,
were using a different battlefield because instead of just this.
Nope, we're using
I
this.
was also kind of drunk, so I could be
You were drunk, sir.
The other big fight we had was in a similar-ish area in a different part of the graveyard.
Yeah,
That's
with
probably
the
what
hooded,
I was
with the
thinking.
hooded
That
thing
was
that
in-
poisoned us.
Yeah, that was. You should be able to move on.
Yeah.
Check in.
What are we doing? Oh, initiative.
Also, at some point, we do need to discuss who's going to drink this potion.
Real quick, somebody who possibly listened to the last recording, did I take any damage? Because my health did not save between.
I don't think you.
I don't think you did, because I think you avoided everything, because that's why you are not.
Yep.
But I got hit by stuff. I just made every Constitution roll.
Well, Ye's been
Yeah.
healing the shit out of you guys too.
I've also been
Yeah.
dropping Prayer of Healing, so because I have no more rank.
So
2
we're
slots
okay
at
with
all.
me just being at max health? Because
I'm okay with it.
So
I'm
who's
good with it.
I listened to
I
the
don't-
last one, but I assume that you guys are keeping
do-
track. So
do you
if
still
you're at
have
max
the-
health, then
do you
I
have the
will
other
accept it.
scenes still? The last
Wait.
scene? If you-
Yep.
Can you switch to it? Because I think my character should still be on it with the health that I had.
I will check. Stand by.
I'm
So it's
gonna-
46.
46. That's my max. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's where
I'm
you're-
gonna start keeping track of it separately from roll 20 then as well.
I've been doing my. The hell is this thing? Dice Cloud.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing both, but I like having it on the field to see as well.
Yeah, I do
Initiative.
both.
Norse.
13.
Oh,
Ezekiel,
sorry.
12.
Let me roll real quick.
Kick Puncher.
22.
Wow. Nopstrid
I have 19.
and Urken.
8.
Of course, the fucking game starts and the cat has to lay on top of my keyboard.
I love you, Odin.
Fucking worst.
Did you feed him?
Twice just to try to keep him off.
Trying to give him an overdose, man.
Alright, and then the guy, wow.
Wow.
Well, I feel better about my roll.
So does that mean he just gets no turns? I think that's what that means.
He lies down. So he is going to take a surprise round on Nopstrid as the person who put the equipment in his hand. So Nopstrid, I'm going to move you here. I mean, you put the equipment in his hand, right? I re-listened just to double check
I
to see if you
did,
did that, and you
yes.
made that poor
Yes.
decision. This is the Hydra all over again.
Oh, well, we fought.
All right, so the we'll say knight, statue knight makes 2 attacks with his long sword. +7.
Long sword.
+7. So the first one's a 17.
Miss
15.
and miss.
Ooh,
Nice.
yuck.
Ooh, nice. Very nice.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
So we'll
That-
jump to kick puncher.
Got that disease adrenaline going. Kick Puncher just digs himself a grave to just die because that's what's gonna happen. Fuck, how do I play my character? I mean, I'm just gonna walk up here, and I guess I love this music.
God.
I'm just gonna walk up here and I guess
My
attack.
favorite.
Let's see, D20 plus. It's a 13 hit.
13. Sorry, I got distracted with my dinosaur jungle music. 13 does not hit.
All right, second attack does an 18 hit.
Also misses.
What the fuck?
You know what I forgot to do too? I forgot to roll Heather into. I'm sorry, keep going.
Yeah. Fuck me.
I gotta get back in my zone. Like,
I
oh my
guess-
god. Like, oh my god. Sorry.
I'm just
I
gonna
didn't realize she came with us.
bonus
Yeah,
action
except
arm
at the end
strike.
of
That also misses. All right.
at the end of that episode, Seth convinced her to leave the room and come with you guys
Mhm,
with his massive charisma.
mhm,
All right, I missed all my attacks, so my turn's over. I just walked. I just walked. I just walked the fuck back away.
Why are we rolling? Oh, God.
No, that's for Heather.
Okay. Okay.
So he has more than 18 AC, or at least 18 AC.
Oh boy.
I know we've been spoiled by all these like 9 AC zombies.
We're hoping for high AC.
I know
low
this is the
hit
first
points.
thing that has AC.
Oh, what's up, Heather? No, right here.
Giggity. Giggity.
Ooh, ooh.
All right, we move to Nopstrid, the tank.
Yeah, I'm something. So I'm gonna take a attack of opportunity and I'm gonna move away.
Okay.
Hold
Can
on.
you?
I'm
You
healing.
can. You can use the disengage action, right? If you want to.
I don't
You
want
to use
to.
this action.
Okay.
All right, are you going to confirm you're going to do that before I roll and you change your mind?
I'm confirming I'm going to do that by moving
you're
over
taking
here.
your hand off the
Misses.
piece.
Nice, no tank.
So it was 13 your attack.
13 was my attack, and it missed it.
Okay. So and then I cast Fairy Fire
Ooh.
on the bro. Can I get a DC 14
What? DC 14 what?
DC 14 deck save? Sorry.
Dex is best.
His mic doesn't cut out.
Oh. 16.
Awesome. Good start. I'm gonna just stay right here then.
This is gonna be one of those fights.
Next we have Heather. Nice.
Where'd she go?
Is Heather
Is
on
she
the
under
field?
me?
Because if she is, we
Yeah,
can.
she's under me.
She's
there you go.
under fucking.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
I'll
Uh,
give her back when I'm done with her.
7.
Scribblenut's gonna be so pissed when he finds out we came back and just all died immediately.
So Heather reaches into her pocket and pulls out what looks like a folded piece of.
Pocket sand.
She pushes a button on the top and it snaps open to be a hand crossbow.
Ooh.
She takes a shot and she misses. Good job, Heather. Okay, that's Heather's turn. I'm gonna
She's not
point out that she's not a fighter. Norse.
All right. So seeing what's going on, I get really pissed off. Oh, hey, look! I think I'm going to enter a rage. I look really, 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 really bad. I'm going to run up here and take a reckless attack against this one.
Is this guy actually?
27 hit.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Is this
Alright,
guy
let's
actually
do-
a huge, or
He
whatever?
is huge.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 10 feet tall.
Cool.
Or he's not huge. What's the one under that? Tall.
Large?
Large.
Large.
Yeah.
Large. Thank you.
Okay, so second reckless attack. 21 hit.
21 does hit.
Okay. Give you more damage. There you go.
Okay.
He's taking 23 damage from me. How does he look?
You chipped some of the arm. He looks pretty good still. He's a statue.
I try to bite his ear.
Ezekiel.
So I am going to take a step backwards over here, and I'm going to cast. I'm gonna cast haste on Kick Puncher.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
What does haste do again? Is that
You
2
advantage?
actions
You
plus
get
AC bonus.
an extra action every turn, +2 AC, advantage on deck saves, speed is doubled, and the extra action you get can only be used to make attack actions. Oh no!
Speed is doubled.
Oh, you can you can make
now
attack,
the
dash, disengage, hide, or use object.
I have 110 speed now. I'm just gonna run the fuck away.
If I ever lose concentration though, you get 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh fuck! Thanks a lot.
If
For
we
I
only
think it's for
had
1
some
round you get
restoration.
exhaustion.
So +2 AC
Yeah,
and
one
plus
round,
one plus 1 action is the major stuff there. All right, cool. Thank you.
And I mean deck saves could be.
Yeah, deck saves.
And yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Urken.
All right. So this thing's a statue, right?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
So considering I am really good at building stuff, can I determine if there is a point of weakness on this guy based on the tools that I might have at my disposal?
Sure. Go ahead and roll. I'm going to say that I'm going to use this as basically like an investigation roll, and you'll learn something about him. Not necessarily going to just say that he has a weakness, but you'll learn something about him. And this is a free action.
Appreciate it. Right. Wow.
Oh man. Oh
It's
no.
11. He
So
gets plus
you're
10. It's at 11.
fairly certain that he is a statue, but you're not 100% on that.
Guys, I'm fairly certain that he is a statue, so we should hit him.
I can do that.
All right. Well, then I'm just going to stay back here. I'm going to cast. I'm going to hold up my shield. Light's going to emit from it. Some fire's going to come out. We're going to cast Firebolt.
Nice.
That misses, actually.
Really?
Yep.
What the fuck?
It's a statue.
Oh boy.
How nimble is a statue?
He's not nimble, he's tanky. He's got that shield.
All right. Well, then we're just gonna tell Mr. Pinchy
Come
to
on,
go ahead
guys.
and
You're level 6. You can handle it.
tell Mr. Pinchy to go up and assist Norris. He's gonna come over here.
Nice.
Oh, I'm gonna smash Mr. Pinchy. How long does it take you to put
Don't
Mr. Pinchy back together? Is he made of Legos?
Takes an hour. Don't do that to me. I might die before that hour's up.
Self-reconstructing nanobots.
All right, Mr. Pinchy is going to viciously, snap his pincers, like almost Zoidberg-like. He's going to.
Nope.
Oh no.
Damn. Well then, I guess that's my turn.
All right. So
Failures all around.
the enemy rears back and attacks our friend Nors with advantage
I catch it in my teeth.
I catch it with my teeth.
for the first attack.
Okay. I might hit.
Might.
And 25 for the second attack.
That could also hit.
It's okay, he's not that strong. Does
I mean-
18 damage.
All right.
Is that
Mm,
like
right.
halved?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh yeah, so 9 damage.
Okay.
You said all this equipment was like ceremonial. He should be getting all this AC.
It was ceremonial.
Ah.
It changed.
It looks more realistic now. So we're back to the top of the round with Kick Puncher, but before you start your turn,
Fuck you,
see
DM. Oh,
a-
I thought you were gonna make us lose 7 more HP. Never mind, you're
No.
great. I love you.
You see a figure sprinting across the graveyard and leaps over a grave, runs past the statue, and dives down the staircase behind it. And can everyone roll perception checks?
What the fuck?
What is
It's scribbled on.
He saved himself. We're great. What are we
It
doing?
was-
Perception.
Jesus
Perception.
Christ.
yeah.
14.
My character is still hungover from last time.
12.
All right, so
21.
Nofstrid and Nors are, and Nors especially, are certain that it was the Raven who just ran by. All right, Kick Puncher. You're up.
All right, so I'm just gonna like run like 5 laps around him because I have 110 movement speed.
You're not.
Imagine
This
if you
is
spent your
easy.
action on dash and then you could double that.
No, that's just my regular speed. If I dashed, I could go, I don't know, fucking infinite. I don't even know.
If you dash, I think you go
Anyways.
240 feet.
Yeah.
If he goes around so many times, can that make the statue dizzy?
He has no internal organs, so he cannot be.
It's the mirror image technique.
Well, I'm just gonna try to land a hit. Nope. All right. Well, with my bonus attack that I get from haste, I'm gonna try and miss some more. Fucking Christ.
You have a +7 too. Like that's.
Oh,
ridiculous.
well, I still have a bonus action.
All
Hey,
right. Oh, and a crit.
Hey.
that doesn't even make up for all the attacks that I missed. Fuck. Just
And I
double the
forget,
damage
you
die.
can't-
Yes.
I don't think you can mobile if you missed your attack too, right? Can you still
Yeah.
mobile?
Oh.
As long as you attack, you can.
I think it's as long as I attack, but I'll double check. Yeah, when you use a melee attack against a creature.
Okay.
So it doesn't have
I
to
couldn't
hit.
remember if it had to hit or not.
Anyway, so that's 13. I assume bludgeoning damage. And let's see, that was my bonus action, so I can't do anything else aside from walk back over here.
All right, so you knock a big chunk off of him. And we move to Nofstrid.
Okay, so I'm gonna upcast Bless, so with a rank 3 slot, so I can hit 5 people.
Nice.
I'm gonna go hit myself. Let's do Urkin, Nors. Actually, I'm gonna hit our team here. I don't really care about the shitty rogue, and I don't think your lobster is really.
That is so rude.
You suck. I don't care about you. You left your friends to die. I'm not wasting magic on you. And yeah, that'll be my turn. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move right over here. Run away
What
a
is-
little bit.
What does Bless do again? It's like +2 something something.
Plus you get a 1d4
Ah.
from my concentration on saving throws and attack rolls.
Nice. Okay.
All right. We move to I don't know, the shitty rogue. He takes another shot with her hand crossbow and misses. Nors, you back up.
All right. D4 is not going to help that, so I don't even need to bother to roll it, I don't think. Let's
Nope.
take a second attack. Oh,
Nope.
D4. No, D4 though. Hold on.
D4, D4,
Oh, yeah.
D4,
Oh, wait,
D4.
whoa. Hey, what the hell? Sorry about that. So 20?
Nope.
Nope.
Wow.
Sorry.
Fuck you.
Ezekiel.
You're making great use of my bless, by the way. Good job.
Well, I was gonna run up in haste on the barbarian because the rogue didn't do much, but that might be a mistake too.
Just magic
We're
missile.
all doomed, man.
Do we think this guy has a lot of constitution? Probably, right?
Probably.
Well,
I don't know. I tried to find out all of my information and I critically failed.
But we're gonna try it anyway.
If you have something in your history or a skill that you think would help you, Seth, and you want to investigate him,
Well, I mean, I do have what do you call it? I have a thing that gives me advantage. Oh no, wait, was that my other one? No, I have research. Whenever I attempt to recall a piece of information or lore, even if I don't know the information, I can understand small things about it. So I'm gonna try to use my researcher trait and investigate it.
okay.
What is my?
I'm going to use athletics next.
What
It'll
even
all
is
be good.
investigation? I'm a researcher, and my investigation is +1. Sweet.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
That doesn't matter because you rolled well. So you know specifically that as a statue, it has fairly high constitution.
Okay.
Damn it. Shit.
You remember reading about giant murderer statues at some point in your past.
You know what? Then I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna do Scorching Ray. I'm just gonna stick my little fingies out, and
Spirit fingers.
basically, and do like a what do you call it? Dragon Ball Z Finger of Death, whatever that move was called.
You mean Dungeons and Dragons Finger of Death?
No, Dragon Ball
That's a
Z.
move. It's also in Dungeons and Dragons.
There's no, I don't think there's a finger of death.
Oh, you make one for each. The thing that
Frieza's
mind.
thing.
yeah.
I never watched it.
Sorry. New stuff with Sorcerer. I have to remember what my stuff is.
It's actually just called Death Beam.
Death Beam. Thank you. So I think my attack bonus is +6. Yeah. I apologize for this. Alright, so 3
Or if
rays
you're going
of fire are
phonetically,
going to
Desu Bimu.
come out. Does a 14 hit?
Nope.
How about a 24?
Yes.
That does it.
Don't forget to use your blesses.
That one definitely doesn't hit either.
Nope.
Alright,
It's a one hit.
so I don't think I get any bonuses to the damage for
Don't-
this.
Did you cast it? What level did you cast that at?
Just second.
No.
7 damage. And yeah, that's my turn.
Is the stone on fire?
It is not. You blast another chunk off though. We go to Urken.
Okay.
Why didn't I use that ability?
Let me.
It starts to rain.
Boy, it's raining. Statue's noticeably weaker now, right?
The marble starts to dissolve.
Yes! Fucking knew it. Alright. Honestly, I'm afraid of getting kills. I'm just gonna cast Firebolt again. Let's try it again. We'll hold up the shield. Let's go. Oh, baby
Nice.
girl.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That hits.
Alright. So we're going to take and so this is the damage, but also as the shield is up and you see the fire emit, there's also going to be a little bit of extra energy you see emit from the shield, and we're going to do an extra 2d4 force damage.
Oh.
That's cheating.
Nice.
That is an
Yeah.
arcane jolt feature.
Can I just add
And-
force damage to my attacks?
Everyone can.
Yes. All right.
Excellent.
All right, and now it's
Mark on it.
my favorite
Hold
part.
on, I still have Mr. Pinchy.
Oh.
It is your favorite part. No, he was right. You're right.
Mr.
Pinchy is
Pinchy.
going to kill him.
Mr. Pinchy now, with a little bit of excitement watching me actually get a hit, going to fiercely pinch at this fucking giant monstrosity of a statue. Let's go. And do nothing.
No.
All right, well, never mind. Mr. Pinchy, nice try. We're done. Now go back to your favorite part of making us sad.
So the statue lifts up its helm, and you see green gas emitting from where its face would be, which radiates out in a 20-foot cone covering Norse, Mr. Pinchy, and Urken. So you all need to make me DC 13 con saving throws.
Would Mr. Pinchy, because he's a construct
Yeah.
affected by gas that's breathable?
It's true. I feel like you should be affected
I
by
should have
this
looked
as
this
concept.
up. Hold on.
Iron Defender, let's see. Immunity to charmed, exhaustion, poisoned.
It's poison, so if you can't be poisoned, that's fine.
Perfect.
Alright,
Mr.
so-
Pinchy.
If anyone who is already poisoned or diseased rolls with disadvantage.
Oh no.
You guys
Would
have blessed, by the way, so you add a D4.
Will, would you say that they might be double poisoned?
Not yet, but they're about to be.
Wait. Being disadvantaged, how does that affect my roll specifically?
You roll twice and take the lower of the two.
Oh, okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure I rolled D20 plus.
What do I get? Plus 6.
Oh wow.
Oh no.
Okay, so I gotta roll again.
Mhm.
Don't forget you can add a D4.
Yep, no, I know.
Right.
I'll add it if I need it.
I'm gonna just hope I get 4 on the 9, but I don't know how ties work. So
If you tie,
Fuck off.
Ooh.
Fuck
so
off.
Norse is fine.
Oh.
all right, that puts me at 13.
Okay, so yeah, if you meet it, you beat it. So you both save.
Oh, thank you for bless.
You take half of 66, so 22 damage, which would be 11.
Oh my fucking god.
And a half of 11.
You take half of poison. You take half of everything, right?
Everything
God, barbarians are a pain in the
Except
ass.
psychic.
I
except
know.
psychic.
Wait till all the psychic enemies that are coming out next.
Wait. You should take some levels in Rogue. Just to really fuck
Chris, you're
with
not
Will.
invited anymore. All right, we're back to the top of the order with Kick Puncher.
Woo! I'm just gonna take a really circuitous route.
He runs back inside, checks on the elk, and then he's back.
Let's see. I think this should work. All right, so that is a miss. And
Oh,
a
nice.
hit.
That's a hit.
Hey.
I'm just gonna roll all my damage at the end.
Knock him
Second
down.
attack. That's 2 hits. And then I'm gonna use a key point to do flurry of blows. And make sure I mark that down.
You still have haste, by the way.
What was that?
You still have haste, by the way, too.
Yeah. These
Okay.
are the two. These are the 2 actions right there.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gonna use the 1 key point to do flurry of blows, which is actually slightly less.
Boom.
So, all right. So 3 total hits. So let's do D6 plus 4. So 10, so 17. 23 total damage.
Oh well,
Nice.
we forgot my wild magic twice.
I know.
And
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna forget every fucking time. I like made a note
And-
for myself too, and I'm still gonna forget.
let's see. Oh, and then because I hit with flurry of blows, I can do deeper. Let's make him. He needs to make a DC 14 Dex save, or he's gonna fall prone.
Fucking Dex.
Shouldn't have been a statue, motherfucker.
Wait, he's a.
Oh.
Can he
If
fall
he
prone?
could fall through the ground, he would fall.
All right, he's now prone, and that's the end of my turn.
It's clobbering time.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know, that's not good for me. All right, Seth. Why don't you roll your 2 wild magic?
I already rolled.
Surges.
I already rolled the one, but I figured the second one would be too far away. But I can roll it if you want.
That's fine. Just roll it.
Nope.
Okay.
Also, the other one, don't forget, you can also force me to bypass that and automatically roll, but it would give me a spell slot back
Ooh,
of your choice.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Give you a cantrip back. Yes. Nopstrid.
All right, so I'm gonna do Toll the Dead. If you can go ahead and give me a DC 14 Wisdom save.
He looks like a
Okay.
wise guy.
He's a very wise statue. Been around a really long time.
He sees some things, man.
Boom.
Oh.
He's the wisest fucking statue.
Awesome.
Other statues call him and they're like, "Yo, we need your help."
All right. So bonus action, then I'm going to use Spiritual Weapon
Yeah.
once I
hell
can
yeah.
find it. All right. The acorn and the leaf is my
It's-
spiritual weapon.
It's the symbol of Sylvanas, to be fair.
And don't forget you have advantage on attacks because he's prone.
That doesn't help for his
+4.
not for spiritual weapon.
Blessed.
D4,
Yeah,
D4.
Oh,
D4.
yeah. Okay, hold on.
Yes.
Yay, D4. D4,
Yes,
yeah.
22.
So 22 hits.
22 hits, yeah.
All right. So this is upcasted, so it's a 2d8 force damage.
Nice.
You keep track of your spell slots. Like, I feel like you cast a lot of spells.
I have 1 rank 3 slot left and 3 rank 1.
You have too many spell slots. That's a disease that takes away spell slots. That
And he takes 8 force damage.
To be fair, of all of the spells he took, he didn't take Lesser Restoration, so.
Yeah.
Said he had a lot of slots, not a lot of spells. So the acorn brushes over this guy's face, and a big chunk of statue is removed. You're not sure how, but it's magic.
It's like the leaves are made of razors.
Let's shoot over to Heather. Yay, Heather!
All right, Heavy, bring it.
She gets advantage. Oh no, she has disadvantage, right?
Yeah, she has
Ranged weapon.
disadvantage.
Of course,
Yeah.
she fucking hit. Oh, doesn't matter.
Fuck yeah, Heather.
Fuck
I
you,
always
statue.
knew she could do it.
Oh
For
my
3.
god, I've never
For
hit
3
anything
damage.
with this. Hold on. What is her damage? I don't even fucking know.
It seemed like a sneak attack. It definitely seemed like a sneak attack.
Definitely a sneak attack. 'Cause there's a bunch of people there.
That's a lot of D6 you're going to need.
Yeah, why doesn't this sheet have her sneak attack?
She's gonna get the kill in all the EXP.
Chris, how many sneak attack dice do I have at level 5?
Level 5, I want to say you're rolling.
I know, 3d6.
There you go.
I found it. It is in my sheet.
Plus your damage die.
Yep. she's doing okay. 19 damage.
Nice.
Fuck you guys. Alright,
So I
the
really should have just
statue
blessed
definitely-
her.
This statue definitely looks like it's on its last legs. And we are going to go to Norse. Oh fuck!
Yes. Yes.
All right, so I have advantage.
Statue
because-
smashes itself in its face with its sword. And
Since
Alright,
I have
got him.
advantage, I will not be attacking recklessly. I'm just using my macro.
That's
Yep.
a solid choice.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that hits.
Yes.
Let's do some
That's
rage.
just you beating the shit out of it.
11. Get ready for the next attack.
It collapses into dust.
Nice. I spit on it.
So you see the basically the statue turns into a fine white mist and dust, and the wind carries it away. The only thing remaining on the ground is the sword.
Not the helm of the shield.
Nope, they both drifted away.
I'm gonna walk over to it and I'm gonna say, you all look pretty hurt. Why don't you let me grab this?
I grab it first.
Alright, take 5d6. No. So I mean, it looks like a long sword. It's got, you guys remember, it's got a black blade, and a something hilt. It's got a black blade. That was the important part.
I might have this.
So it's just a one-handed.
It's a
long
one-handed
sword.
sword. It's a long sword. Yeah.
Not for me.
I wave it in the air. Does anyone use swords?
Don't have what the hilt is made out of. I'm a failure.
I know I have it. I'll find it.
Did
I say I would take it, but you seem to have wanted it pretty bad, so you can have it.
I am not proficient with swords.
Some things are just for sale. Also, you guys, I don't know if you realize this, that you're severely bottlenecked when it comes to like weapons and items. Like, you all need the same stuff.
Not me. I don't need anything.
Like, there's huge swaths of the map that you do not cover.
Who needs two-handed weapons? Just me.
Not just there's huge swaths. Like there's no bow users. There's no
That's true.
sword
No,
users.
we're just not proficient in them. We can just
That's
use them
true.
terribly.
Oh, I'm proficient. I could use it, but
All right. So
Okay.
before you stands an open doorway with a staircase leading down that the raven had run down.
since
We
I saw
inspected
my
the sword, right, to see if it was magic.
No, you haven't done anything with it. Mr. Pinchy carried it around, and then you put it in the hand.
All right, well
I
then I'm
put
just
it back in
I'm
Mr.
gonna-
Pinchy's claw.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it from him and I'm gonna study it as we walk.
Okay.
I
If
guess
you want
I'll,
to if you have something that you lead to, a skill in investigation or something that would let you believe that you know anything about the sword, you can roll it now.
Does it? I mean, could I do history, like to know its origins? Does it look like some sort of?
You
Artifact?
can do history. Yeah, you can do history. It just looks like a sword.
Okay.
So you guys can take it back and spend some time with it.
Okay. I'll
So,
hold it.
real quick, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast, Cure Wounds on myself because I'm currently sitting at 1 hit point.
Go for it. Yeah.
Good job making that deck save.
Yeah. That would've been really bad.
Yeah, I was really
With
scared.
disadvantage. Yeah.
How is everyone sitting on health?
I think
well, I'll
he
tell
was
you
the only
after
one
this
that got
roll.
I'm at 33.
All right, so I'm gonna
At 11.
burn 2 level 1 slots, and so I'm down to 1 level 1 slot and 1 level 3 slot. And I'm gonna generate 20 good berries, and we're gonna, however, pass them
down.
around. You guys can heal 20 HP. I don't need any, but you guys can
Well,
sort.
And as much as I don't want to help the GM here on this, the disease is taking away like maximum hit points, right? And it's not just
Yep.
taking away at our health.
Correct.
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 But
Okay.
minimally, you need to get over 7 because it takes 7 damage and then decreases the max.
True.
Yeah, so they move down together. So if you're at max health, you don't take 14 damage. You take 7.
But if
At the
you're
same
at
time.
5 of like 17, then
You'll
then
die,
you take the set. Yeah, okay, all right. That's kind
Well,
of
not
what I
die,
figured
but
the
you'll
mechanics
be
were.
unconscious. Yeah, yeah. They both go down
Yes.
together. So
So if you're under 8 health, you should eat some of my damn berries and be happy about it.
What do I do? How many? 1 hit point per berry.
1 hit point per berry because I'm not life spec.
All right, so you guys figure it out. I mean,
Nors
God.
eats 10 of them.
I don't need any.
Yeah, I don't need any either.
Oh well, then all right. I'm just gonna heal up to 237 out of 51 and be happy.
you have that much max HP left?
Did we take 2 or 3 ticks? I thought we took 2.
No, so
4.
definitely.
I marked for 3 ticks.
Okay, 3 ticks. All right. So then I'm just gonna heal up to 30 out of 50.
How many berries did you just eat?
I was at 11. Would that be 19?
Cool. Nors eats the last one then, I guess.
Ooh, I'm at 34.
All right, moving on.
I'll heal you.
I'll lead the way down the stairs since I saw my
Do it.
friend the Raven go down there. We're
Right,
off
so
to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Okay, no.
So as you progress down the stairs, does anyone have less than half of their original starting max health?
I
Thank
do.
God.
All of us.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I am
Nope.
because I
so
ate those berries. No.
no, is your max? Yeah, okay, that's fine. So anyone who is at half of their former max health hears in their mind as you're walking down the stairs, I feel you getting closer. Come to me. We can
Get
be
out of Norse's head.
All
What
right.
language did you
And
speak?
so,
of?
common.
I'm too stupid to understand.
All right, and then as you traverse down the stairs, you hear some screams coming from below.
What's the illumination situation down these stairs right now?
So it's like dim light. So you have the same kind of sconces that have been set up formerly, and
I
you can definitely see
cast
that the area
light on
down
my
below
shield.
is lit up.
I cast light on my shield then, so we get actually bright light, so we're not taking a perception penalty.
Okay. Are you guys proceeding down the stairs?
Yes. I tell everybody what I heard in my head and just tell them to stop playing jokes on me.
Man, I wish I could. Wish I could.
I choose
Alright,
not
so-
to mention anything about voices because I don't want to look like a crazy person.
Solid choice. So as you hit the bottom of the stairs, you see quite a chaotic scene in front of you. So there is an altar with an operating table in the center of the room. And around the outside are several workbenches, some devices that you don't recognize. There's like a holding tank off to the side, and you see 3 3 people inside the room. You see there's a figure dressed in like a lab coat standing at the back of the room, and he's holding a couple scalpels and he's got a tool belt of various instruments. You see the Raven has just collapsed at the footcase of the stairway. His skin is the same Ashern color that yours is. He's obviously been infected. And then in the center of the room, about lifted up about 7 or 8 feet off the ground, is Scribblenaught. And he has 4 tendrils coming out of the ground. That same black vine that you saw earlier in the mansion are coming up out of the ground and are jammed directly into his back. And Scribblenaught looks at you and goes, "Die!" And you can roll initiative.
So how far spaced apart are the tendril?
I just linked. I put you guys
Oh,
in.
all
You
right.
should be able to see
Fine.
Let
So
me be
you
the
guys-
first to say, I always knew Scribblenauts would do this to us.
Motherfucker.
it. So you guys are. You see where I'm pinging at the bottom. You're currently like coming onto the landing there. So if you can drop your peeps.
Ah, Scribs. Oh yeah, initiative.
Farther back, Ezekiel.
Who the hell's the anime boy there? We got Sephiroth
It's
up
the
there?
Raven.
Yeah, remember he said he looked like an anime character.
No, because I wasn't here.
Seth wasn't here. Yeah. All right, Norse initiative.
Mr.
10.
Pinchy. Yeah.
Ezekiel.
7.
Urken.
Ooh.
23. Great.
Kick puncher.
14.
Guys, I wasted my good roll.
Nofstrid.
19 again.
Let me roll for these folk.
What about Heather?
I'm rolling for her too.
Yeah, Heather.
She's got a. Where's her initiative?
Side decks.
All right. So Scribblenauts gets a 21. Heather gets a 14. Our scientist friend in the back. Is a 12. All right, Urken, you're going to start us off.
Oh boy. So wait, the tendrils are like they're originating from these corners in the room.
So now they're originating from the corners of the altar, but look like they're coming from like between the cracks in the stone. So they're definitely coming up from like below the altar. And then they're suspending Scribblenauts up in the air.
So would you classify Scribblenauts as capital R restrained?
I would not.
This is our chance. We can kill him.
Who's Cora in the back there?
Who's what?
All
This
right.
person
Well,
in the back.
Oh, that's the scientist.
Oh, okay.
30. Oh, baby girl. Okay.
Go steal a potion.
We're just gonna run up to this man, and we're gonna smack him in the face with my fucking hammer.
Okay.
He's just an innocent scientist.
He's got
He's covered in
scalpels.
Scribblenauts' blood.
He's gonna rip
Maybe.
his glasses off and throw him on
You-
the ground and stomp on him.
He was gonna use a scalpel to cut the vines.
Take this,
Alright.
nerd.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So
On
does
my
the hit?
count from 10. Place your bets. Kill them.
Oops,
Don't
sorry.
worry about it. 9.
Let your bets kill them. Don't kill me.
So 20 hits.
Perfect. This is damage. Plus, let's do some more force damage, because fuck this man. Alright. And then we're going to use my ability to use my magical powers to bring my hammer back up and smack him in the gun. Ooh, not hit him at all. That's not good.
So he throws his hands up in front of him as you approach, and you feel like all the bones in his body break as you hit him. And he collapses to the ground.
Well,
Let's cross off one scientist.
Search for potions.
Well, unfortunately, I don't. Well, actually, yeah. Can I search? Can I search his body?
It's an action.
Yeah.
To do
All
it
right.
during
Well, then we're
combat.
gonna tell Mr. Pinchy to pinch at these tendrils because I'm curious as to whether that's.
Those are testicles.
So Mr. Pinchy's gonna come up over here, and he's going to see what happens when he just pinches at this little tendril over here.
Okay.
Wow, well, nothing, even if it did do something.
He kind of grasps feebly at the tentacle.
Well, he tried his best.
It's all you
Little
can really
boy.
ask.
That's
That's all
true.
you can ask.
All right. I'm done.
So Scribblenaught looks at you with contempt, and he raises a gloved hand towards the center of the party mass.
Ah, fuck.
And he snaps his fingers, and a lightning bolt slams into the ground right in the center. So anyone within 10 feet of there, which
There's everyone.
looks like everybody
Except
to
for
me.
fucking Heather.
God damn it, Heather!
Fucking.
No, she's within 10 feet
Okay.
because it
Die,
works on
Heather.
it's diagonal.
Alright.
So everyone needs to make a DC 14 strength saving throw.
Strength.
Yep.
I don't know. It's gonna be hard.
I'm calling it. This is gonna be an 8. Oh, 15. I did it.
Do we get to add D4 to that? Or we-
Oh yeah.
Oh, bless is gone.
Always
Couldn't wait a
landing
minute.
saving throws. Always.
I
always.
seriously hate you, Seth.
Oh, I get.
Odin, seriously, you gotta chill, bro. Oh, not good. All right, so
Oh
who
no,
failed?
Heather.
I failed.
Nostrid.
All right, so anyone who failed 48.
Oh fuck.
Everyone takes half damage, or 20 if you failed, and half damage if not.
Cool. Exactly a -1 or 0, I guess.
Hey, you know what? You're not poisoned anymore. You died.
No, I'm
No,
just
he's not dead.
unconscious.
He's unconscious.
Oh,
I know. I realized, Chris, when you asked your question, that you rise when you're unconscious, not when you're dead. If you died, the poison would be gone.
gotcha.
But that's hard. That's harder to come back from.
A little bit.
Let me real quick. I forgot to put Heather's. Oh my God, she's got no hit points. Holy fuck.
Bye, Heather.
She does not look good. All right, so we have a Furbolg down. Is anyone else down?
No, sir.
No, because you guys are fucking fine, of course. All right, it is Nostrid's turn. Death saving throw, my friend.
One
Cool.
fail.
One fail. All right, we are now moving to. So Kick Puncher can go before Heather.
Oh, that's nice. Hold on. I need to. Pretty sure that I've got. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm just gonna move back here. I'm gonna use a potion of healing on Nostrid.
Nice.
Thank you kindly.
Let me see. This is a 2d4 plus 2. 2d4 plus 2. So you regain 7 HP.
Fantastic.
And then I'll use the rest of my movement to just fuck off somewhere else. 15.
How do you do the thing to test distance?
It's the fourth
Uh,
icon down, the thing that has like a little ruler with a circle around it.
Snap
Okay.
to center.
Yeah, and then you can just like move stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna move like over here. And can I do anything with my bonus actions at that point? Actually, wait. No, sorry. When you use an attack, no, everything depends on when you take an attack. That's fine. Yeah, no, that's my turn.
Okay. It is now Heather's turn, and she scurries over to the Raven and jams a potion down his throat.
She was holding out on us.
Maybe she can actually cut it as a recruit. God damn, I have the best potion of all time too.
All right, the Raven's laying down, but he is conscious. And then nope, she used all her movement, so she's gonna be fucked. Let's see who's next. Nors.
All right. So you said these 4 tendrils are they holding him up, or are they
They're holding him. They're holding him up.
All right. So I'm gonna here to this one. I am going to attack.
You also notice that the black flowers that you noticed earlier are sprouting out of his skin in several places.
So he's evil, like the fruits of the devil. Do I want to attack the tendril, or do I just want to start killing Scribblenaught?
Kill Scribblenaught.
What?
I mean, whatever your character would do.
He would just smash anything he could. Let's try the tendril first. 19.
That hits the tendril. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
13 damage.
All right. The tendril is definitely tougher than you thought it was going to be, but you made a definitive slice through it.
With a hammer, I sliced. Nice.
It's all right. You bludgeoned it.
That is one crooked tendril.
You broke its bones. All right. You got anything else, Norse?
Oh wait, there was only one attack, right?
That was one attack. Yeah.
Yeah, let's hit that again. 18.
That hits.
13 damage.
All right. That tendril breaks, and then you see most of it, the part that's not connected to Scribblenaught, retracts quickly back into the floor. And you hear, "No, what are you doing? We could be one." All right, we are going to Ezekiel.
Okay. Try and 7. Hey, Nors, how healthy are you right now?
I mean, I got more than, but 29.
That's an amount that's pretty alright. I'm gonna cast haste on you.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move over here. Yeah, and that's my turn.
Okay. Back at the top of the order with Urken.
Just keep smashing that scientist.
No, the scientist is dead.
You gotta be sure.
Should have done non-lethal
Gotta
on
be
him.
sure. Do what? You're right. I should have done non-lethal. It's too late.
Oh well.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna search his body for potions that look similar to the one that I had that'll maybe cure a disease.
All right. So you search his pockets and his apron. So you find all manner of, you recognize them immediately as like surgical tools. But then in his pocket, you find a small coin, and it's inscribed with a symbol that you specifically recognize because it is the same one that is on the inside cover of the Hermit's book.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
At yourself?
Yes.
Use a healing potion on him.
He's not coming back.
I'm so mad.
All right, so you still have a bonus action if you want to do something.
I'm going to. Okay, so before I actually. I'm so mad. Fuck it. I'm just gonna angrily tell Pinchy to keep pinching. Mad. So we're just gonna have Pinchy pinch some stuff while I sit and visibly fucking start hitting the body of the scientist in anger.
Oh my
God
god.
damn it. God damn it. Alright, so Pinchy, please, just once.
That
pinch.
hits.
Yeah.
Fucking cat.
And
Come here, cat.
he's gonna.
Yeah, can you let Odin play Pinchy?
He's sitting
If-
close enough to the TV to play Pinchy.
Alright, so that's the damage, and we're gonna use Arcane Jolt. This time though, instead of Force Energy going into the tendril, it is actually going to be healing energy that emits from these claws into Novstrid.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Hmm?
Sweet.
So Pinchy snaps at the tentacle and leaves a chunk missing.
Yeah.
All right, and Novstrid gains some healing.
So I gain 5 health. Is that what I'm
Yes.
reading?
Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay. Scribblenaught. Oh, Scribblenaught. What are you gonna do, my friend?
Don't attack me, grieving.
His actions are not his own.
He turns towards Nors and raises his other hand
I want his gloves.
and snaps at Nors.
Am I getting a hand job?
Hey.
Yeah, dry one.
Oh, I mean, I guess.
27.
No, that totally misses.
Hold on, sorry. I forgot to bring up one sheet. I have 87 character sheets in front of me.
That's why I just print them so Chris can take pictures and put it
You
on
take
Reddit.
16 damage. And you're not raging, right?
I am raging.
Oh, you are raging.
Yep.
Mm,
That would be half of that.
He amends it to psychic damage.
No, if you look at my rolls, it's
Okay, I got you. So you take 8 damage. I'm not attacking you anymore. It's fucking pointless. Go back to killing a cleric. It's easier. Novstrid, speaking of.
Alright, so looking around, find myself face down on the ground. I use half my movement to actually dust myself off. And then we're gonna we're gonna shimmy on over a little bit right here. And then I'm gonna cast Ice Knife, which is going to throw an exploding shard of ice at Scribblenaught, and since I don't have a macro for this, I'm gonna have to roll this manually in a second.
Oh, you poor thing, having to roll.
You're attacking
manually.
Scribblenaught? Why?
So 25 hits.
Yep.
Okay, so he's gonna take 1d10 piercing. You have fallen, my friend. And then and then all targets, including Scribblenaught, within 5 feet of that hit needs to do a DC 14 Dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 frost damage.
Binds can't take a dexterity saving throw. Do you want to just roll to hit them? I'm assuming that's what you want to get out of this, right? Is bind
Yeah, I
killing?
was trying to blow up all
They
the
just,
binds.
yeah, they don't,
Nice.
they can't make a dexterity saving throw. So I would say if you want to roll whatever your attack modifier is, they have an AC, so just do it that way instead.
Okay, hold on.
Sorry.
22.
Definitely hits. Then which one were you attacking? All of them?
All of them, including Scribblenaught, take 7 cold damage.
Okay. All right. The one to his front left looks exceptionally withered. And you can see they're all starting to frost over a little bit. Okay, let's jump down to Kick Puncher.
Oh, hi. It's actually pretty far away, huh? Alright, I'm gonna go up here instead.
That extra 15 feet, man.
It's too bad you
I
didn't
know.
get hasted, man.
God, I don't have enough movement to circle all the way around the platform just with this game. Yeah, I'm just gonna take some punchies at this vine. Top right one.
Some punchies and kickies.
25 and 16.
They both hit.
Nice. Alright, so damage. That is not a d20. So 16 damage. And then I'll just use a bonus attack to take an extra attack. Or yeah, bonus action, take an extra attack, and that misses. And that's the end of my turn. I'll just like move over here.
So I'm sorry, how much damage you do?
16.
On which one?
Top right.
Top right. Okay. The top right vine snaps
Ah.
and retracts back into the floor. If I can see if we make this easier. Oop.
Ooh. Ooh.
All right, that's better than my idea.
Can you make the bottom left one look withered, please?
Sure. Let me work on that.
It kind of does.
So
It's true.
Heather pulls a boot knife out and runs over to this vine.
Die, 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 die.
She goes, "These vines are so lame." So she still has +7 to hit with her dagger, which she does for 1d4 + 4 for 8 damage. The bottom left vine snaps and retracts back into the floor. All right. Good butchers on Heather. Norse. Oh.
My
Go,
hasted ass
go,
is
speedy
gonna
boy,
run.
go.
With haste, I get advantage on attacks now.
No, you get
No.
an extra
Extra
action.
Extra action, so I can take another attack action when I'm done with my first 2.
Yes.
Okay. So let's attack recklessly with the first one. 17 hit.
Oh yeah, it does.
17 damage.
It snaps right in half. The hammer doesn't even make contact. The vine, seeming to sense it, retracts back into the ground. And with that, Scribblenaught falls unconscious and collapses 6 feet down and hits the altar.
Nice.
That's gonna hurt.
We're
Just take-
we're out of combat.
Can I use my reaction to catch him?
Do you have haste on you?
Oh, I do, but I have an extra action because my extra action is catching.
Sure, you can try to catch him. Yeah.
You can split your movement speed. So
Yeah, there we go.
Norris, make a dexterity check.
Oh, good.
Or
I have advantage on
acrobatics.
us. I like Dex. I have advantage.
All
on
right,
that.
you can do dex then.
Oh, 20, 21 plus 2. 15. Do you need to roll?
You catch him, which is
Nice.
just an absolute tender moment as you scurry forward to catch Scribblenaught before he hits the ground. So we are out of combat. So the scene we have a demolished scientist. Urken is weeping quietly in the corner. The Raven is alive but still laying down on the ground. And Scribblenaught is unconscious.
Excellent.
I'm gonna go do a medicine check on Scribblenaught and see how he's doing.
I was going to move him over to the Raven, so there we have a whole med team situation over there.
and while they're
All right, go ahead.
administering aid, when you're done, I would like
10.
to investigate the science equipment.
So, Nofstra, you can, you can see that, Scribblenaught bears all the signs of being basically operated on. He's got scars on his arms, his leg, around his neck. You can see his back was pretty much opened up where the vines had entered him, and he has those same small black flowers that are kind of sprouting all over his body. He is unconscious but alive.
We give him the one potion that we have.
I mean, I have a potion in my
No,
on my
do you mean-
person. No,
I
I
mean,
have
what
actually have
potion
3
to kill the-
potions on my
I
person.
meant restoration.
Nors, you're standing next to the Raven.
Yes.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'll be right back. Sorry.
I'm guessing the cat got away.
Probably.
No, he doesn't give a shit about Odin. He'd be happy if Odin got away.
No, he'd be happy. A net would make him go chase the
true.
cat out in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Can confirm. I've
And-
done it before.
And there's triple E out there, and it's real dangerous.
Mm,
There's actually signs basically on all the highways saying if you go out after dark, the triple E will come and get
Yes.
what is a triple E?
you. Equine encephalitis.
Ah.
Basically flu-like symptoms, but you have brain swelling and then die.
Only
that's
in like
fun.
a 20% of the population. So like, roll a d6, it's slightly worse odds than
You're dead.
that. See, I lived, you lived, it's fine. See, now I died.
Rip.
So
All right, sorry about that.
it's okay.
So, Norris, you're standing next to Raven.
Yes.
All right, so he reaches up and grabs your hand, and he looks at you and he goes, "Bear, we need to get out of here. I started a fire in the basement. We gotta go. It's gonna start burning the whole house down."
Oh.
Hate him so much.
Basement of this place that we're in, or the actual house?
The basement of the house.
I tell everybody what is going on.
I pick up Scribble Knot and I run.
Can I look around the science equipment for valuables?
But
Yep. I'll give everyone one action before they leave.
I would like to see what this
Or
telescope
technically,
is pointing at.
Okay, this map is not necessarily relevant to the things inside the room. That's
God
not how the
damn
maps
it.
work. Sorry.
In reality, we're actually outside in a city. This is just the map you
I
used.
just want to see if there's any nether wart.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, roll.
We do an investigation, perception.
You can do whatever you can sell me on.
all right,
I
so I
feel like
use athletics.
Perfect for this place with all of these equipments that I probably know how to use a little bit.
I rolled a
You definitely know how
28.
to use all the stuff in here. All
I
right, so
rolled
let's do this in order so we don't waste rolls. Who was the
Sure.
first person to roll? Kick Puncher.
Sure.
All right, Kick Puncher. You are what using investigation?
Yeah.
So you saw what the bottle of netherwort looked like, and you scramble through and you're looking at all the jars, but you definitely do not see anything that resembles netherwort.
Fuck.
That way, everyone else can do something more productive and give you guys all the same failed roll. So you're sure with a 20 that there's no netherwort here.
All right. I tell everyone.
Damn it.
Okay, Ezekiel is next.
What are you
I
doing with
am
your?
using investigation to look for just valuables in the room, because all of these, if this is actually
Okay.
like science equipment and stuff,
So
it looks
yep. So
valuable.
there's definitely valuables to the right people, right? So you see like beakers and flasks and random bits of engineering coils, and you're not 100% sure what everything is, but it definitely all looks valuable, right? It's manufactured of brass and copper, so if nothing else, it's worth it for the precious metals.
Nothing
you're
that
not-
looks
you're
important
not-
to me though, specifically.
Nothing looks important to you specifically, so there's definitely things of value if you wanted to load up on it though.
I'll grab a couple, like one or two things that look the most valuable, and that's it. I'm not super
A couple
interested.
knickknacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Erkin.
All right, so I just to make sure, because there are books over in the library area. Are there like books down here, or is it literally just all sciencey related stuff?
It's mostly just science stuff. I mean, there are some books, but there's nothing that would be of particular interest to you.
I'm assuming that there's nothing else that might
There's
have
there's
anything
books
to
on
do with.
there's books on like anatomy, physiology. So definitely of something of interest to someone who operated on beings.
There's nothing else that might give me any sort of insight as to why this person had this coin on him.
No, I mean probably, but he died. So
Hey, Kick Puncher, do me a favor. Can you like just look at this man and remember what he looks like?
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm gonna give you some pen and paper later.
anything else that you're looking at specifically?
I mean, at that point, out of all the tools and stuff down here, I don't suppose I happen to notice anything that might be of a rarity, at least when it comes to tools-wise, things that I might not be able to find easily later.
So you definitely know that finding flasks is very difficult. Even it was even in the old days, and it's probably even harder now. So that's definitely something if you were interested in like brewing your own potions and things like that you'd want to scoop up here.
Yep, I will take as many as there are.
How many do you break on the way out?
Every 10 feet, you're gonna roll to see how many they break.
I'm putting them in my bag of holding, which is going to be. I'll make a second bag of holding since I know the grandfather clock is taking up the entire one. I'll make a second one so that way
N
they
minus
don't move
1.
while they're in the nether region.
Okay, and are you taking ones with stuff in it or like clean ones?
Both.
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna give you a random distribution of stuff.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Anyone else
I need
want
to
to do
get rid of an
anything?
item.
Up here, is this any place we've looked at, searched?
So again, this map is not necessarily 100% relevant to what the room looks like.
Okay.
It was just something that I found on Roll20 that kind of matched up.
I just want to investigate a side or spot that nobody checked the entire room. Then I don't want.
Yep. I mean, I think you guys got pretty much everything of value out of here.
All right, pick up the raven.
All right, so Nofstrid picks up Scribblenaught, and I'm guessing everyone wants to leave.
Yes.
I definitely want to leave because there's a fire.
There's not a fire in here. The house is on fire.
Well, this is connected to the house,
It
so
is
eventually
connected.
this goes
Oh,
away.
it is connected. It is connected to the house. Okay.
Yeah.
I smell smoke. Let's leave.
Are you having a stroke?
No, I have no pig to
All right,
roast.
so Heather picks up the raven, kind of lends him aid, and they start walking out slowly. And you guys get back to the front door, and hear the sounds of people approaching. You can see at this point that smoke is billowing out the top of the mansion. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll initiative, and we're going to try another skill challenge, but a little more polished than the last one. So everyone roll me initiative.
I'll do that, but I just want to make sure you're aware that we have to do fire, and I have Canter of Endless Water.
Let people flex their creativity here. All right, Norris, what'd you get?
I forgot. 14.
Norris?
14.
You got a 15. I got a 14.
Oh, sorry.
Fucker. Can anyone hear me?
Will's getting disconnected. Rip.
Oh, I hear Will. Oh, he's gone.
He can't hear us.
Oh, weird.
That's okay.
Alright.
Good. So it
Well,
wasn't me.
I'm gonna go pee while he does that. So yeah.
Nice.
Welcome back.
Hello, sir.
Beep beep beep. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I got booted.
All right,
No.
27.
27.
No, I'm
He's
just
a
kidding.
liar.
14.
All right, Ezekiel.
You got 15, not 14. We already went over this.
Ezekiel.
26,
26.
baby.
Holy shit. Erkin.
He just left, but it's 18.
Oh, is he gone?
He had to pee.
Just a P.
Kick puncher.
15.
He said fuck skill challenges and he left.
Nofstrid.
I got a 14.
I don't need to prove myself to
Alright,
anyone.
So you guys are standing at the front door, and your goal is to get back to the cinnamon cider in one piece. So, and this is just a chance to flex some creativity. And if you fail, nothing bad is going to happen to you now, though a change will happen to the world because of it. So, Ezekiel, how do you use your background and particular skill set to get back to the cinnamon cider? Or we'll say to help the group get back to the cinnamon cider.
Did you say that we can see like shadows like outside of this door of the area we're at?
Absolutely, you can hear that people are coming.
Does it sound like they're good people or they're bad people?
Okay.
They just sound like they're people.
Someone hand me the alchemist fire.
So I'm going to walk up and like leading the group outside and confront the people. And before I decide what I want to do, do they look like they're coming to attack us, or like they look like they're coming for help?
It looks like it's guards that are coming.
Okay.
And we're walking out of a house on fire.
I'm going to try to use. Hold on. Yeah, I'll use intimidation, and I will. Do I have prestidigitation anymore? I don't. I will start yelling at them and point at like the stone golem, and I'm gonna yell, "Do you see what we did to your guard? You think we won't do this to you? Your house is on fire. Get the hell out of our way. We have places to be."
Right? Can you roll an intimidation for me?
Is that +6? Damn. Plus 13 sound.
So they do not look like they're intimidated, unfortunately.
All right.
All right, Urken, how do you use your particular skills and abilities to get you guys back to the Cinnamon Cider? It doesn't necessarily have to have anything to do with the guards. That's just something that's out there. You can create your own problems if you'd like.
All right. Well,
All right,
so
come on,
just to make
guys.
sure,
It's all about creativity.
You'll
here.
laugh, but that's the whole point of skill challenges.
between us and what? So it's us, the guards, and the rest of the house that's on fire. We have to get through the fire still.
And then no, you guys are outside the house, so the fire is a non-issue. So you guys got to get over the wall, or at least back through the gate, and then back to the Cinnamon Cider through the city.
Wait,
So you guys are back outside the house, right?
right.
So you're in the middle section, right? You're in like the noble area, and then the Cinnamon Cider is in the outer city.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. Okay.
You guys need to get from where you are back to the Cinnamon Cider.
Sweet. Where are we? I'm assuming the map of Lockport's not that accurate.
No, that's the old map.
All right, guys.
Remember something? Maybe
Hear me out here.
what are you good at?
Hand me that alchemist fire we got earlier.
When did we get alchemist fire? Am I missing something?
Yeah, but you guys got it from the house and the puzzle with the light.
Also,
that's right.
I think you guys are. I also think you guys are overthinking skill challenges. You can literally just make anything up that you want to, and try to sell it to.
This
Will.
is just a fun way to get you guys back to the house.
I know.
I have a plan for my turn.
Listen, I'm going to pass to the end if you don't.
No, that's fine. All right, let's Kick Puncher. You got something?
I mean, my background is that I have an excellent memory for maps and geography. So if everyone just wants to follow me, I can just start racing back to like fuck the guards.
That sounds like a great plan.
They're not paying attention to us. We can just go straight back.
You know of a shortcut out of behind the wall or something.
Yeah, I mean, well, I would have at the very least known like the way that we came.
Yeah, you can backtrack.
We came like very quickly through a shortcut that the Raven showed us, right?
Yep.
Like we had to like get outside the wall or something.
Yep. So what do you want to roll? You want to do you can do history, or what are you proficient in? Probably not history. Investigation, insight.
Insight is great.
Okay, you can do insight.
It's not great. It's a 12.
So even though you're 100% sure that you knew where to go, you end up at a dead end. You don't know how you got there. All right, Nors.
All right.
How can you get him out of this situation?
So we have a wall. I'm gonna Kool-Aid ram through the wall.
Hell yeah, there you go.
Go for it.
I mean, it's
All right,
plus
what do you got? Athletics.
athletics.
Athletics through the wall.
Please let this work.
20, 20, 20.
12.
Ah,
God damn.
You guys are the worst. at
Holy
rolling.
crap.
So Norris tries to Kool-Aid man through the wall, and you're like, "No, don't do that. It's never gonna work." And he just slams his head against the wall and bounces off.
Can we have advantage on this skill test?
I was
Um,
gonna. I technically do.
I mean, I
This is
gave
pretty-
no,
really-
you don't. Not for this. I mean, I gave you guys a really low threshold. You happen to be rolling exceptionally shitty. All right, Nopstrid, what do you got?
I'm telling you, Molotov cocktails work. Anytime I had a problem and I throw a Molotov cocktail, boom! Right away I had a different problem.
All right,
How does this get out? The whole point is to get out.
what do you got, Nopstrid? So you guys are at a dead end.
All right, so are the guard? Does it sound like the guards are coming closer to us, or are they just?
No, they
You know
proceeded to
what's
go.
going on.
Do you want them to be coming towards you?
Maybe they'll help us.
Okay,
As a-
cool.
as a
The
group,
guards
I
are coming
say
towards you.
no. Damn it.
All
They're
right,
hot.
so
They're hot on your trail.
So I have my my sack of 10 bottles of hard alcohol
Oh,
and
God.
a bottle of alchemist fire.
Okay.
I walk towards them and I yell, "We are the fighters of freedom, here to liberate the working masses."
No.
I hurl the bag of hard liquor at them and then I throw the alchemist fire at the bag.
Fucking awesome. All right, roll. What's
Swear to
your
Christ.
casting modifier? Is wisdom.
Plus wisdom, yeah.
All right, do your regular attack.
15.
So this bag of alchemist fire and whiskey and scotch and whatever else. I mean, some of it look very expensive, but you know it's gone now.
God.
Lands right in front of the guards and goes up in a huge, absolutely enormous fireball that must have been able to be seen for like miles around. But all the guards turn tail and run.
All right, we can
Nice-
take
nice
our time now.
All right, Urken,
All
how are you
right.
gonna get him back? It's all up to you.
Okay, so we are currently at a dead end. And
Yep.
luckily for us, I know how to make lots of things, and I have a grandfather clock in my bag.
This fucking clock. It was just flavor. That's all it was. You're gonna be like Urken, level 20, fighting the big bad. I pull my grandfather clock out, smash him with it.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of my tools. I'm going to take out this grandfather clock, and we're going to build ourselves a nice big old tower so we can see where the hell we need to go.
Does
Nice.
this
Roll
consume
it
the
up.
grandfather clock?
It'll turn into a tower, which can then go inside of my bag of holding.
Still weighs the same. Go for it. Roll. I guess investigation is your skill, right?
Sure. I'm gonna
Investigate
roll
how
with
to
my
turn this
black-
clock.
Is it with Smith's tools or Tinker's tools?
Yeah, you can if you're proficient in it. That's fine.
Oh, I am double proficient in both of those things. Wait.
Ooh.
So, despite what you guys may have thought when he takes the grandfather clock out, he somehow, using the skills of engineering, turns it into a teetering tower that you can use to see over the wall and see that you are only a short distance from the cinnamon cider. I think everyone went right. Yep, and using that, you're able to make it back, and the Raven shows you how to get back to the underground tunnel that you guys entered from, and you are back in the basement of or the secret basement of the Cinnamon Cider.
Just how we
So
planned it.
not to
Good
just
job.
like hand wave this, but how did we get the clock tower back over the?
I think
deconstructed
Urken
it, put it back
deconstructed it back
inside
into a
of my
grandfather
bag.
clock, and then he set the time and put it back in his bag. It's a hand waving initiative, yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that the grandfather clock stays with us.
I literally bought it for. I took it for parts. That's all it's going to be to
So,
me.
you guys head back into the the sub basement. I think Seth is the only one who wasn't here last time, but head back into the sub basement, which was like the planning room. Um, the Raven kind of collapses into a heap, and TikTok jumps up from his workshop or his workbench and runs over to you and goes, "TikTok."
I give him the
He
clock.
looks very worried. You give him the clock?
His name is TikTok. He has to want this clock.
Oh my god, he looks like. I mean, I don't know if he's ever been happier, and like I have a whole backstory here, and I'm pretty sure at no point in it is he as happy as he is at this moment right now. He like immediately dives into the interior of the grandfather clock.
I'm so happy right now. I don't think you understand.
I'm sure. Now, sure you still have Scribblenaught?
I still have Scribblenaught.
All right, the Raven gestures, and there's kind of a couple cots over in the corner that he gestures you to drop him on.
And then I do it.
We all agree, so we do it.
I also take up one of the cots and just.
The Raven gestures to Heather, and she comes over to him, and he goes, "You know what you have to do, right?" And she nods, and then she turns and heads back out the tunnel into the city.
What is it that she has to do?
There's an alchemist shop in the inner city that should have the nether wart that we need. She may seem like an idiot, but she's the best thief there ever was.
There ever was.
There ever will be. Level 5 thief.
I'm
So
on board.
I look at him and I ask, so is there a thing going on? And I elbow nudge.
He glares
Like-
at you.
I'm not
Right,
hearing a
so-
no.
So he goes, I guess just try to relax. I know everyone's pretty beat up, but there's not much we can do until she gets back. So it's kind of like the middle of the night right now. I mean, you guys can rest if you so chose. There's some cots. I mean, it's pretty sparse, but there's some cots set up, and TikTok's digging in his clock, and the Raven heads over and kind of collapses onto one of the cots.
I would like to pick the Raven's brain about like the letters that I was getting.
Okay.
Or had gone.
Okay. He is available for questions.
I just want to know if any information that he has about. I have to open that again. I don't have the link handy.
I'm gonna shine a light in his face.
Did you? Can't remember if you DM'd him to me or not.
No, they shared him with you.
I know, but I don't have that link. I'm saying I don't remember if you DM'd the link to me. I can't remember where that.
I can send it again. Hold on.
Yeah, can you?
I Kool-Aid went through the wall.
Of course, you do it this time.
I just saw this Wallace and Gromit gift. That's perfect.
That's how I imagined him deconstructing the clock as we're climbing it.
It's so good.
Why is my Google Docs not loading?
I'm just gonna copy paste them a PM.
Wait. I think I found it.
Yeah, all right, because you're on here.
I think. Yep, I found it. Okay. That was what it was. That was what I wanted to ask him. I wanted to know, ask the Raven if he knew anything about Malachi, if he was okay, or if he knew anything about where he was.
I've never heard that name before, but the links, she doesn't share information about the other cells with me, so it's possible he's still out there.
Okay, well then I guess
It's as far as safety, if we're taken, we can't tell what we don't know.
fair enough. I guess I don't have anything else to ask him then, because that was the main thing I wanted to know. That was the first thing I wanted to know, at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is everyone else doing?
I'm
How
ready.
are your cells arranged? If you are taken out, who leads you?
The only person who knows of all the cells is Lynx.
Who is Lynx?
She's the leader of the rebellion. That's all you need to know. So she's the one that keeps us all working together and keeps us all safe. And we don't always see eye to eye, but you know, we're fighting for the same purpose.
When did she first start leading this rebellion?
It's been a couple years now, maybe
Less
2 or
than
3
10?
years. Definitely less than 10.
Okay, so she was leading the rebellion, but she's been doing it less than 10 years. Scribblenut has obviously been involved for over 10 years. I'd like to know more about how she became the person to lead the rebellion.
I'm not the one to answer those questions, unfortunately. I don't know it myself.
When did you first meet her?
I need a piece of paper. I first met her a couple years ago. I had sorry, I need my map. I came over from Acton. I took a boat over to Lockport. Things were going bad in Acton. Um, the thieves guild that I ran, and he gestures at Norse over there, it had gotten wiped out by Bellfire's agents. He this is the first thing he did. Clean out anyone he thought was an undesirable.
So what made
So
you then come to Lockport?
So I came here for revenge, and the Lynx found me and convinced me there's a better way to fight.
Well, so when you first met Lynx, though, like, where were you?
I had come and I was, I had met up with Barley at the time, um, and he knew a little bit about what I was planning, and he's the one that convinced me to make contact with the Lynx. We shared some of the same goals, and over time I've grown this cell with Barley's help.
So Barley knew the Lynx before you did?
Yeah, he had known of her. Yeah.
He had known of her, or he like knew her?
He knew her.
Did she grow up in the castle, possibly as sister to the reigning prince?
I don't know.
Does she carry herself with a sense of royal air?
I wouldn't say that. She carries herself as a killer, because that's what she is.
We need Barley.
I need rest. My magic runs thin. Wake me when the potions are here.
Anyone else doing anything?
I would like to spend the night trying to study that ring that we got to see if that from the very first one.
How about the sword, too?
Yeah, but I know that the ring is magical.
Would you
Are you
mind?
talking about from the first dungeon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Would you mind leaving the sword with me so I can spend the night with it with my smith's tools to see what I can learn?
Yeah, it's all yours. Man.
Hey. All the things.
So me and her can spend the night like
So
studying.
you're not sleeping?
I mean,
damn it.
I mean not sleeping, but I mean in downtime. I mean, gonna sleep a normal amount, but are we going to have exactly 8 hours between now and the moment that we pick up?
You guys can do whatever you want. So I mean, you're not constrained by nighttime. So if you want to stay up for a little bit and do that, so
Yeah.
you guys can stay down here for as long as you want.
Yeah, I want to stay up for a little bit and do that before like resting because I'm not terribly injured.
Okay, so Nostrid's sleeping. You two are investigating items. Norse and Kick Puncher. Doing anything particular, or are you sleeping?
Masturbating and sleeping.
Of course.
I mean, are we sleeping before or after we get our cure? Because wouldn't we just die if we didn't get cure before we went to sleep?
I feel like sleeping would like help in pushing off the effects of the disease,
So
right?
you-
Because resting is helpful for you.
I
You
mean,
notice
we were,
that. Well, you notice that the farther you get from the mansion, nothing has happened to you since you left the mansion. Basically, you're not healed, but you have not progressed either.
So if we all took small sips of the one potion we have, would we all be cured?
No.
yeah. I mean, if that's
How
the
about
case,
this? You can try that.
I took 1 penicillin. I no longer have diseases.
The infection comes back 10 times worse. You die.
It comes back antibiotic resistant.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
nothing. I'm asleep. So I'm
Alright.
actually redoing my spell book. So you guys do whatever.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume that that's what's gonna happen. Some of you are gonna sleep. Other of you are hanging out and doing stuff.
I'm also kind of
It's-
sleeping.
So I have this stupid picture of fucking Kesha up on the Discord.
TikTok, man.
No, you don't. Not anymore.
Oh,
So at a certain point, a couple hours into, we'll say your downtime / sleep time, you hear a loud voice come from upstairs, and it goes, "Well, god damn, what are you boys doing out at a night like this?"
Oh, I'm so
And it
excited! I have
is-
so many
I mean-
questions for him. I have so many questions for him.
I mean, Barley is a naturally loud person. You guys kind of figured that out. But this is, I mean, he's been talking all night, and it did not rouse you like it did. And the Raven leaps out of bed, and he goes, "Bellfire's agents are in the bar." That's a code.
are we safe down here?
He's like, we should be. They come in from time to time. Barley, he seems like a loudmouth, but he'll get rid of them. And then you hear from above a voice go, "Well, you're a big one, aren't you?" And the Raven stops. He's like, "There's a Reaper in the bar." And he reaches down, he pulls a knife out of his boot, and he starts to kind of walk up the steps towards where the secret entrance is from the bar to the basement.
I'm gonna put my hand up. What does that even mean?
He's like, no one knows much. He's like whispering at this point. He's like, no one knows much about them, but no one has ever stood against them in combat.
When he starts whispering, I kind of put my head down and just like I'm
He's
trying to be
like
quiet and go,
gesturing. He's like
"Okay."
gesturing to you guys. You see that TikTok has pulled himself out of his grandfather clock, and he picks up like a comically large pipe wrench, and he's like kind of holding it in two hands.
TikTok, don't be a hero.
And you can hear footsteps above, and it's absolute quiet above as well as below at this point.
Right. So I know that the fake keg opens up to a staircase that comes down. Where are the footsteps in relation to that keg?
So they're still in the bar proper at this point.
All right. So can I go up quietly? I guess as quiet as should be not really that necessary, but whatever. Can I go quietly to the back of where the keg opens up into the back? Into the basement?
Yep. So why don't you roll a stealth to walk up the steps?
Oh,
You can do it,
I hope.
right?
Oh, that's. I regret it. Oh, did I get off the Roll20 page?
Yeah, as I said, I don't see anything up.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and
That's how
just come back.
stealthy he is. He's literally
wow.
not even in roll 20.
Bam! Can't even find me. All right.
He rolled 150.
God, please, game. You fucked me all night, please. I just need one good roll.
You had that
Oh,
initiative
yeah.
roll.
Yeah, but fortunately,
You want me to Kool-Aid Man through the barrel?
no. What I wanted to do is I wanted to utilize my artificer, sneaky sneak stuff to make minor illusions. Oh dear.
So as you're walking up the steps, you step on one of them and just makes an absolutely loud creaking noise. And the raven glares at you and motions you to go back down.
This is how he does.
I'm
And
going
you,
to just give a cog to Kick Puncher and ask him to put
And
that
you-
on the backside of
you-
the door.
you hear a voice go, "What was that?" And you hear the footsteps start to move through the back hallway towards near the area where you know the entrance to the keg is.
Do we have our stuff back yet, or were we not resting long enough?
So you guys, I'll say anyone that was sleeping is rested. So we'll say that Nofstrid, but again, your max HP is still what it was because you're still diseased. But Nofstrid has his spell slots back.
Yeah, 12, 19 HP. Let's do it.
So you complete your
What was that? I didn't hear you, Chris. What was that?
hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All I got was hello.
Hello. All we heard was all I got was.
Every
and then-
time, fuck. All I heard was anyone that is sleeping, and that's where it stopped.
Yes. Anyone who was asleep regained. So your max HP didn't go back up, but your current HP is now your max HP.
Oh, even better.
and
19%.
do we also like gain the benefits of a long rest?
Are there other
I.e. spell
benefits?
slots, key points, whatever.
Yeah, it's all back. Yeah.
Can I hand something to Kick Puncher to put on the backside of the hidden door?
Yes.
I want to go up the damn stairs.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, you're
You
stealthy.
explain this to me, and I just shake my head.
God damn it! Can I use Mage Hand to put something back there? I
That
need
moves you
something
guys.
back there.
No.
Oh, wow. He really didn't like that idea.
That's how stealthy we are.
Hey, so
Can't be caught if the DM isn't here.
so I'm just putting this out there. I'm combating the DM.
Sorry, I got dumped again.
Well,
What did you guys decide?
I'm combating you. From
Why?
the
Oh,
text, a long rest states that you don't necessarily have to sleep, but doing light activities such as reading, it will count if you do it for no more than 2 hours.
Okay, then I'm gonna say that none of you rested for 8 hours, so none of you have anything back.
Okay, fair
No,
enough.
it's fine. Everyone has everything back. It's fine.
Okay,
Which means we're going to need it.
All right. So hold on. So you're not Kick Puncher. You don't want to be a bro man.
No.
Can I utilize?
I don't know what the fuck a Reaper is. I don't want to go.
Can I utilize Mage Hand to gently put this cog on the other side of this door?
Sure.
Cool.
I'm just gonna
Do I need to
whisper.
roll anything for this?
Why are we doing anything? Why are we not just waiting this out?
I just want to put a minor illusion on my cog so that if the door opens, it looks like the inside of a keg. That's it.
I'm gonna say, but you've already tried one thing and almost screwed it up. Why are you continuing?
I mean, that's fine if you want to do that. So mage hand to the cog.
Yes.
Okay. And I mean, mage hand just works. So yes, you do that. So you hear the footsteps continue, and they walk directly up to where you know the entrance to the cog is. And then you hear 3 sharp raps against it, and the raven relaxes. He says they're gone.
Hell yeah, we did it, boys.
Back to sleep.
All right, so you can go back to sleep. The
And
Raven
then
looks
we
very,
do
very,
it.
very, very unsettled.
I'm gonna ask him. Does that happen often?
I mean, Bellfire's agents come through from time to time. They raid a lot of the shops and taverns and inns in the outer city. You know, hitting on people for protection money and tax collection, things like that. If the Reapers are about, obviously, the damage we caused today is not going to go unnoticed.
As I walk back to the where I was resting, I'm gonna be like, I know this isn't my place of business, but I think you should have an escape plan posted somewhere in the building because we don't know where the fuck we're going.
Our escape plan is that we fight and we win or we die.
Wait, so there's no other way out of here?
That's my plan. There's a
That's a
there's
good
a
plan.
there's a back way out of here, but the people upstairs in that bar are risking their lives to keep you safe down below. I'm sure as hell not going to run out the back door if they die.
Funny you mentioned that.
He looks at you differently.
I'm just gonna be like, obviously, like heel turning, be like, oh yeah, of course, obviously.
I hope the Raven thinks I'm cool.
Exactly.
What were you saying, eh?
You say his whole "we don't ditch our friends" approach. How does that play against his groupie, who definitely does exactly that?
Are you talking about Heather?
No,
Yes.
no. Who was the 18, 19-year-old who was there the first night?
That was the Lynx.
That was Lynx, yeah.
Oh, that was the Lynx. Okay. So he's referring to the Lynx who said leave scribbled.
We fight for the same cause, but we don't necessarily share the same ideals. Her goal is to keep everyone alive. My goal is to kill Bellfire. I'm not going to abandon my allies.
But the one that you entrusted all our lives to procure the materials for our health, she
Okay, so
abandoned all of
you
her
were
allies.
referring to Heather. Yes.
Yes, I couldn't remember her name at the drop
Oh,
of a hat.
I apologize.
She's a silly girl. We never should have taken her into a combat situation. That was my fault. She can handle this. She's been thieving all her life. She'll be back by morning.
I look at him with a single eyebrow raised, and then I turn and I walk back to the bed.
You guys are more than welcome to go at your own nether wart.
Nah,
I'm
mean,
happy,
we
happily
labored.
waiting.
You guys are super stealthy, so I feel
I'm gonna
confident in this one.
I'm just gonna say under my breath, well, if our cleric knew how to cure disease, then we wouldn't be in this situation.
He will be by the time he wakes up. I'm
True
assuming he's
story.
redoing to get lesser restoration. So, so you guys fall back asleep, or continue tinkering or what have you. And when you wake up, you see 5 or 6 small bottles of netherwort on the table.
Yes.
Just netherwort, or is that the
Is
potion?
Heather here,
No,
or
the
is
other
she?
is-
Does she?
That's the
leave it in
cure.
relief?
Yeah, it's sugar and water, which is
Yeah,
in
water, sugar,
supply.
and another word. And we have
Right.
all these
We have a
vials.
whole bunch of other potion ingredients and flasks too. So I'm assuming at some point someone will put all that together.
So does
I
drinking
got
this
it.
actually restore our max HP?
Yep.
Okay.
So are you gonna brew us up some potions there, sir?
Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go. I need redemption from last time.
Is Heather still here, or did she leave it and then take off?
She just left it and took off.
Here you go, guys. Since this is our source material, study up.
Minecraft.
So that is not the Good
Alright,
thing
so
I'm
gonna
working off an
enter-
herbalism and alchemy D&D thing. I just panicked when I came up with netherwort.
Well, it's funny because netherwort, sugar, and water is actually the Minecraft crafting recipe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I will use that.
Alright, so first I'm gonna take a glass bottle and add water to it. Then I'm going to combine. No, but for real though. So I'm gonna pull out my brewer's kit. High res.
I can't see the fucking cats in the way.
So I'm gonna pull out my brewer's kit and I'm going to begin taking all the ingredients that we need and start making some potions and see if I can maximize our results.
I'd say that's you. So what we're looking for here is how many doses you're going to create.
He's alchemy spec, so doesn't he have a chance to proc extras?
Yep. So we'll say that if he can roll over, yeah, we'll set it. You only have +6, really? That seems too low.
Well, all I did was my double for my brewer's kit. I don't
Alright.
add any skills to it yet.
Okay, then we'll say that yeah, if you can get over a how about this? If you get a 25, I'll let you make double potions.
Cool.
Every,
Right
for, every
in.
25, for every 25 you get.
I'm just gonna add my +3 for every 25. Oh, so I get to do it multiple times.
Yeah, you can roll 6 times to see how many potions you create.
Also guidance.
And plus guidance. All right, so let's see. Would this be from an investigation check for making sure that I know how to use things? Insight, Arcana, because it's like magical-esque brewing.
Nature?
Nature? Oh, yes, makes sense. Yeah. So, all right.
You can
So
do
then the
nature,
first one
that's
was a 24 plus 4 is 25.
fine. Okay.
So I'm just gonna start doing d20s plus 10.
I'm just gonna pump in some crowd noise to pump you up.
Oh wait, you said plus guidance? How much do I get plus guidance?
You get a 1d4.
All right, so we're just gonna add the d4 if I need it.
Nice.
All right, so 2. 1d4 is not gonna help that.
Nice.
You can just imagine those noises are coming out of Kick Puncher because he heard them during like the Beast Ball tournament or something.
Oh my god. How many netherwort did we have?
You had 6 doses.
All right, so is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got one more chance.
Don't forget the D4.
I know. I'm only if it's okay. This one needs to be. Are you kidding? All right, so 2 doubles and 4 singles.
Okay, so you have
Should be 8. No, 6. No, yeah, 8. 8.
8.
yeah,
Yeah,
8.
8.
You got this, and plus you already had one, so you have 9
So
doses.
9. 8.
So you have 7 people who are infected right now.
All right. Well,
So you go and sell the potions.
obviously we saw this. So, cheers, bitches. Bottoms up.
All right, so you and the Raven all drink the potions, and your max HP is back to normal.
And Scribblenauts.
And I'll say
What-
your current HP as well because I don't want to have everyone get healed up.
And Scribblenauts,
I
not
give
Scribblenauts.
a healing potion back to Urkin that he expended on my unconscious.
No, it wasn't me. It was Kick Puncher.
It,
I
wa-
give
it, wa-
one
it
to
was
Kick Puncher,
it was your healing potion in the first place that you gave us from the first dungeon.
and that was a great return. So here's another one.
All right.
That's true. Listen,
We
you
should
don't want
invest
to
in
carry
his
your own
future.
potions.
That was fantastic return on investment. So
Yeah.
keep it up.
All right, does someone feed Scribblenauts?
Oh, is he back?
Well, you need
No,
to be
as I said,
carrying-
he's collapsed on the cot still. Is someone gonna give him a dose?
Yeah, please. Let's give him a dose. Let's make him drink this up.
All right, so as the potion goes into his mouth, you can see that the flowers start to wilt. However, he does not instantly recover as you did.
Damn it, we need
Someone,
greater
someone make a
restoration.
someone make a medicine check.
Yeah, hang on.
Someone who's
Ooh.
not me.
Hold on, I'm -1 to that.
I actually have a +3.
Good job, yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh no.
I know things.
Nostrid's like, he's dead.
Oh boy.
Quality.
Norris is like, yup.
All right, there we go.
All right, Kick Puncher, you with your medical background.
I mean, my
Once-
people spent a long time in the woods. It's
That's
natural.
You once saw someone do something just like this.
Monks know like meditational healing and stuff.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're pretty sure that the potion took effect, but I mean he was under the effects of the Lumenta for much longer than any of you, so it potentially could take longer for him to snap back out of it.
Gotcha. I relay the information.
You got an extra dose, just give me another dose.
I'll go. Is anyone else in
He
here?
rubs
besides
lavender
us?
on his wrists.
Okay.
Do we hear anyone upstairs?
I mean, yeah, it sounds like there's people in the bar.
All right, so
This-
I scoot back up towards the stairs and I do the 3 knock thing again that I heard before against the.
Okay. The Raven's like, we don't go back up that way. We got to go around. You never know who's standing on the other side. And he shows you that there's a back staircase that leads up to like the alley behind the cinnamon cider.
Before we leave, I turn to the Raven and ask, will Scribblenaught be cared for while he rests?
Absolutely. And
Alright.
then just because I like fucking with people, Urken, can you roll a perception check before you walk out of the basement?
Oh no.
Man,
Are we coming back to this basement?
I hope so. Jesus Christ.
What the?
He knows there's no basement.
Okay. So you guys leave.
Can I
and the
quickly
Raven.
scribble a note and leave it for Scribblenaught?
Sure.
I'll type it out to you later.
So the Raven leads you around, and you enter the bar, and you see kind of a similar scene to the one you saw last night when you arrived. You have the Barley behind the bar, and he's I wouldn't say old, but definitely hard living. He's got a long beard. He's kind of portly, but definitely like jovial. You can see hear the clatter of pans from behind the behind the kitchen. And then as you walk in, a halfling wearing the most enormous hat with a feather on it that you've ever seen jumps on the back of a chair to address the Raven eye to eye. And he goes, Monsieur the Raven, I did not come all the way from Halfling Downs to sit and hide. And the Raven kind of sighs. He goes, Pierre, we've been over this. There's a time to fight, and it is not yet. The halfling goes, Pierre Beauregard Devereaux does not hide, the best swordsman in all the land. And the Raven goes, we'll talk about it later. And he starts to walk away. And the halfling just looks kind of frustrated, and he jumps down off the chair.
Oh. I was gonna kick the chair.
Beauregard Devereaux. What a guy.
he
In parentheses,
Kinda-
Pepe
kinda-
Le Pew.
kind of eyeballs you guys, and then he sits back down. He goes, that was quite a ruckus that you caused last night. Even one to make Pierre Beauregard Devereaux proud. And he puts his feet up on the table and takes a swig of his drink.
For someone who likes to fight. I didn't see you helping.
He jumps back to his feet and runs back up the chair.
Yes.
And he goes, I was not here when you left. I wanted to follow you, and Barley would not tell me where you went. He shakes his fist at Barley. Giant oaf.
Did you not see the fire?
So, in the blink of an eye, Pierre pulls his rapier out and points at you and he goes, Are you calling Pierre Devereaux Beauregard a coward?
I walk right up and
that's-
let the point of the rapier touch my chest.
The Raven
Yeah.
just sits down and he goes, Don't hurt them, Pierre.
I turn and look at them. I go, them?
He's gonna be like level 20 and have
Here.
just like fucking stomp all of us.
Pierre sighs and he puts his rapier away and he goes and sits down.
Hmm.
And he starts drinking again.
What is he drinking?
It
To
looks
find
like
out, I
some-
take his drink out of his hand and start drinking.
Yeah, he pulls his rapier back out and stabs you with a finger. Just drop his cup and he grabs it. He sits back down.
All right, ask him what he is drinking. No, for science.
It's the best thing that comes from this land. It's the most beautiful flavor of cinnamon. And he takes a long pull. The only good thing to come out of this land.
And I start beaming with pride.
And you're gonna have a lot of egg on your face with all these assumptions you're making. All right, so I mean, you guys have a bar, you have a city, you have Scribblant in the bay. I mean, we're in the open world section, so point yourselves in the direction you'd like to go. You
You guys
have
mind if I ask 20 questions of Barley?
Go for it.
All right, I'd like to pull up the seat next to Barley.
He beams at you and he goes, "Well, god damn, you boys did all right last night." He pulls out some mugs from behind the bar and drops them on the counter.
So, as a side note, he sounds like Scooter from Borderlands.
Ketchup.
Because that's all I can think of while you're doing this voice.
Every voice comes from somewhere. This voice is actually the voice of a human being that I know, so let that sink in for a minute.
God.
All right, so
So he
Right,
starts
right.
he starts pouring some cinnamon ciders for you.
Well, I'm gonna sit down and drink one.
I was
This
going to
is-
gladly take one.
this
yes.
is 10 years ago. Am I going to remember what cinnamon cider tastes like?
I don't know. You can probably roll for it.
I mean, it wasn't 10. It was 10 years ago, but for us, it was really just like a day ago.
I asked the
That's
barkeep
a
if
good
he has
point.
any milk.
I'll
Gives you-
listen. I'll roll investigation plus brewer's kit. I'll test this shit.
All right, you do that, and I'm gonna get Ye his milk.
Tell
He
Nostra the men's brothels down the way.
he goes, "Well, milk? What the hell you want milk for?"
This
He
is
goes-
to
he
make a
turns-
drink from my homeland.
He wants
Alright,
to make some Mutter's milk.
He looks interested now, and he walks back and he goes, "Jin, we got any milk back there?" And the dwarven woman, you can hear her shuffling some things around, and she comes back with a thing of milk that he pours in a cup for you.
All right, so then I presume there's a fireplace in this tavern.
Yes,
Are you gonna put some roast
this is he's gonna make his own signature drink, by the way, and it's gonna consist of the cinnamon cider, and I'm super excited for that.
I take the milk over to the fire and just swish it around a bit to warm it up, just so it gets a nice little froth. Dip my finger into it to whip it up, and then mix it in with some of the cider.
Okay, why don't you roll me, eh? You could be dethroning an empire right now.
What are we calling this? Nature, survival.
Medicine.
Where did you learn about this? You learned about it from your homeland, experimenting with.
We're gonna say that we're
Yeah,
gonna
give me a
say that
reason.
there wasn't much in the way of exciting beverages back home in the woods, so you may do with what you got. Sometimes you fermented some apples and you mixed it in with some milk to fortify you during the course.
All right, nice. I would say nature, but I know you have a -1 in it. Do you want to use
Yes,
something else?
well, I'll do a survival roll because
Survival works.
Can't
what you
survive
do
without
to
hard cider.
Can't survive without.
scrap together rations.
Yeah, I'm down.
16.
So, are you offering some to Barley?
Try this.
And he looks at it a little warily, and he takes a sip, and he goes, "Well, god damn, that's pretty good."
Keep you warm when you're when you're sitting ass naked on the grass outside in the heat.
He makes a note of that.
So
Partly
so I wasn't
boring.
here. Is this just above where we were just at?
Yeah.
So we just went out and then came around and then back to where we were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just if you have a secret door that opens into a public place, you probably shouldn't
Well,
go.
I know.
out it.
I wasn't here when we discovered all this, so I just
No,
trying
that's
to get my
fine.
bearings.
There's a bar, and then the area around the back where the kegs are kept. The last keg on the right is the fake keg, so that opens up, and then there's a staircase that leads down to the secret basement, basically.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are sipping your ciders and your milky cider.
All right, so Barley,
I'm not.
what can you tell me about this Lynx person?
Oh, the Lynx is the best person I've ever met.
And what did you mention?
She's
Lynx?
the greatest. Let's see. Where was it the first time? I swear that she came in the bar.
This
Or
bar?
did I meet her at the? Did I meet her at the shop? You know, I can't rightly remember where it was that I met her. I feel like I've always known her.
Do you remember about how long ago it was that you met her?
Oh, had to be going on 7, 8 years now. Yeah, I'd say 8 years. I'd say.
So he's known her since she was like 12.
Yeah, that's the next question. How old? Do you know?
That's just, this is getting weird.
Is that a question?
Yeah, do you know how old she is?
How do I know how? I don't know. I'm not great with ages, but I'd say anywhere between. You can't let the horse out of the barn before you put the shoes on. But I would say that I'd say she's about 19, 18. I'm not rightly sure.
So you met her when she was a little girl?
Yeah. No, I knew her when she was a girl. She was a Spitfire back then too.
Where did she live as a young girl?
But
Where did she live as a young girl?
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Where did she live as a
Fucking
young
Discord.
Oh no.
girl? Yeah, I broke his Discord.
Hey.
Let's all pitch in to buy Will internet.
I think it's an issue because he has 2 connections to Discord at the same time.
That would make sense.
Someday I'll find out why Discord fucking hates me.
It wasn't
I'm
doing
sorry,
this until DMD DJ was born.
It's 2 separate computers.
Oh, is it? Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So that would be a weird connection. The last thing I heard was EA said something started with a W.
Where did she live as a young girl?
I don't rightly remember where I met her.
Did you ever meet her parents?
I don't believe that I did. No.
Hold on one moment. And then I cast Detect Magic with my racial, and I come back to the barman. Barkeep, I would like you to ponder on the memories of the Lynx. Do I see any kind of magic over his mind while he tries to recall memories?
That's a great question. Yeah. You do detect some magic. Not sure if detect magic works like that, but I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt.
I'm gonna see if he has an enchantment on his mind. Okay. Can I Can I use that to give myself advantage on an insight check?
Yes.
All right.
With
So
a 24, you believe him when he says that he does not remember where he met the Lynx.
I think his memories have been tampered with. And I think his Discord just crashed again as well.
Nope.
Oh.
I just letting you guys lead the way here. You didn't ask a question. Just talking amongst yourselves.
Yeah. Do you want me to crack him in the head, jog his?
I don't think that's how memories work.
We could try.
His mind brain is rejecting the information.
Behind you, Pierre Beauregard Devereaux is juggling 5 bar glasses.
I really fucking hate that guy.
I turn to Pierre and I cast command and I say, grovel. Do the glasses fall while he's
What's
groveling?
the
Hit him in the
DC?
head. DC 14 wisdom check.
Hold on.
I was gonna create an entire
No, I
character
have one.
sheet for this guy.
I have one. Don't worry.
Don't worry, he was expecting Ye to immediately attack him.
I'm not attacking him. I'm just being an asshole.
I mean, so far the
does
only
not
person who's
drop
killed
them.
an innocent NPC is not Ye.
So he passes his check, so he does not drop the glasses. Does he know that he's been commanded?
I look at him disappointed, and then I turn back to looking at the book.
Wait, does he know that he's been commanded? Let's check.
Oh.
That'll be something fun to check.
I would say yes. I mean, it just says that I speak a 1-word command to a creature I can see within range, and it's a verbal component.
Okay, so he heard you say that. So, all right, he gives you a dirty look and he throws a glass at you.
God, I catch the glass.
I
picks up-
pour
he picks up-
some of my drink.
He picks up 2 more glasses and adds them to his pile.
All right. Well, I'm gonna vote that we go explore the city because I doubt we're gonna get much more information from Barley. And as much as I want to piss off this little, halfling, I feel like we should not do that.
I agree.
Did you say that out loud?
Yes, literally, I said
so
those exact words out loud.
The Raven stops and he's like, you should take a guide in the city. It's a much different world than when you left, and you guys could very easily get yourselves into trouble.
What's Heather doing?
And then
If it's Heather, I'm saying no.
he says, Heather will be back shortly, or Pierre can show you around.
Yes.
Oh,
We'll take Heather.
Yes.
He's a fop, but it's remember that it's what's beneath that counts.
Actually, you know what? I'm okay, guys, hear me out now. I feel like we should take Pierre, and this is the reason. If something goes down, he has so much courage inside of him that he will single-handedly sacrifice himself for us.
That is true. Heather is a coward.
Right?
I don't know if you guys have seen One Punch Man, but Pierre strikes me as a king kind of guy.
All right, so who are you going with? I'm giving you your why here. Everything that happens in the game after this moment is based on this decision.
I
see.
nominate Pierre.
Yes, Pierre.
Yes, Pierre.
Heather. But I'm outvoted.
You can do whatever weird things you want with Heather after.
It has nothing to do with that. I just hate Pierre.
You hate Pierre. You guys hate everyone.
I don't hate Pierre. I love him.
So, someone gonna talk to Pierre, or
Pierre, will you please help us find our way around the city? We
my
know that
friends,
the
you have
expertise.
made the greatest decision. Pierre Beauregard Devereaux, the best swordsman in all of Halfling Downs, would be more than happy to show you around the city.
Where's
He kind
Halfling
of
Downs?
starts walking around you. You do not know Halfling Downs? It is
Okay,
my friend. It is the greatest city on earth.
What's a halfling?
I don't think you know the definition of that word. You use it frequently, but unconvincingly.
Which one?
Greatest.
you keep using this word. All right. Real talk though. Considering I used to be a court tinker, do I know of Halfling Downs at all?
Yes. Yep. So it is a city far, far, far to the west of Lockport. So it's not, they're not people that you usually see outside of kind of their own area. And there's not many people who travel. Remember that like the world we live in, like travel is very, very dangerous. Even 10 years ago, it was very dangerous. So people generally did not travel that far. They would travel the 5 or 6 cities around them. But this is to find a person from Halfling Downs is very unusual.
I would like to ask him what brought him to Lockport.
Yeah, he looks at you and goes, "My friend, you are a man of many, many questions.
True.
Many questions will definitely get you killed in this city, let me tell you."
I'm used to it.
But but you must know of the generosity of the King of Halfling Downs, and that is why am I here. He comes to me, he says, "Pierre Beauregard Devereaux, my greatest of swordsmen, my people suffer in the east under the hands of this," and he spits on the ground, "this Bellfire. He's like, you must go and you must single-handedly defeat him for me." So I get on a ship. I come to Lockport, a harrowing journey. I single-handedly save the crew. 6 times. 6 times I saved the crew. They go, "Pierre Beauregard Devereaux, thank you so much for your assistance. We never would have made it to Lockport without you." So I land in Lockport and I want to go and stab this Bellfire. And it's not as easy as it sounds. Let me just start with that.
Yes, it is.
But I meet this Barley Man and he says, "My friend, I have someone to you to meet." And they introduce me to this Monsieur the Raven, who says, "Pierre, you must wait. Pierre, you must wait. Pierre, you must wait. Pierre Beauregard Devereaux is a man of action."
Pierre,
So
do
now
you
we
know
must
what
go.
a period is?
He doesn't
Why
even
don't we
look
go
at it.
find
All right. Well, all right.
Kill
So thank you for explaining that to me, Pierre. Let us go, guys. Where do you want to go?
the castle?
Okay.
So
no.
I feel like Pierre is Will's single-handed punishment for Josh asking too many questions.
I'm just gonna keep
And I
creating
fucking
obnoxious
love it.
NPCs until you guys just admit that you like them. Everyone I create, you're like, "We hate them, we hate them, we hate
I
them."
love Pierre. He's my favorite so far.
Also, you take this as punishment. I came up with like 8 questions, and I only asked them because it's already 10:30, and I assume you guys want to do real stuff.
First of all, this is the real stuff of D&D. I'm sorry.
Yes.
This is my favorite part.
I
Yeah,
mean,
This
so-
is this is the stuff that makes the NPCs like stick around forever and end up
Yeah.
killing the bad guy with us.
hear me
Yeah.
hear me out. I have 8 more questions that I wrote down. I can start asking them. It's up to you guys.
We can pace ourselves. Pierre is not going anywhere. So you guys, you start to like collect yourselves as you're about to leave, and Pierre stabs his rapier into the ground in front of you, and he goes, "My friends, you cannot leave like this." And he gestures to you. He's like, "You are so obvious. Even Pierre Beauregard Devereaux does not walk around looking so obvious. You cannot carry your weapons openly in the city, especially these." And he kind of gestures to the non-humans. He's like, "My friends, do you not realize what is happening out there? They hunt the demi-humans. Bellfire conscripts them into his army. You must make yourselves as unobtrusive as possible." And he kind of looks over at Nofstrid.
I look at him and I ponder, and I turn back to the barkeep. Barkeep, do you have any pictures of your relative?
His relative. Just a relative or a specific? Did I mention a relative?
I need a reference picture for this
Okay.
to make it seem cooler than it actually is.
So he
Check the walls of the bar.
reaches
Wait.
behind the bar and he pulls out a picture and he goes, "Well, goddamn, this is my favorite picture of my mammy." And he hands over a picture of a
God damn it.
older, kind of stocky woman. She's got just the barest hints of whiskers.
Okay.
Astrid, I have an idea.
I can't wait to see you cosplay this. I mean, cosplay. I see you roleplay this.
I use the racial disguise self to manufacture a facsimile of the mammy. How do I look?
Pierre, that's not how my mammy talks. You gotta talk like my mammy.
How does Pierre know
How
what
do
Mamie
I
talks
look?
like?
That was Barley. Sorry, my voices are coming across skewed here. And Pierre looks at you in shock, and he falls to the floor, and then he kind of rolls into a back roll and stands back up.
Smooth.
And he goes, "My friends, now for the rest of you, you cannot carry your weapons openly in the city.
Can I hide them under your hat?
Someone will take them from you." What was that?
Find
No
them
one
over
can
here.
take away my fists.
Yeah, I look over at Cake Puncher and then I look at my own hands as well, and I'm like, I think we're okay.
My shield and my hammer retract into small pieces of fucking metal.
Nice.
You go
I mean, my
gadget hammer.
Go
disguise self
gadget
hides
hammer.
my clothing, armor, and weapons.
Yeah.
So I
All
look
right, so the only one that looks like he doesn't belong is Norris.
Do
Wait,
I need to
what
like
about-
worry about robes and stuff?
Yeah.
No, it's more like weapons,
Just
like
race,
anything that.
weapons and race.
Yeah,
What about Pinchy?
definitely is not typical.
Do you have a cart we may borrow?
I'm putting Pinchy in my bag.
I put a pinch in your bag. Okay.
I'm very upset about this.
I'm sorry. There's not a button on them to make them smaller. Like, just make something up.
There's a button that makes him into the size of a barrel, but it still has to go into the bag. Yeah, I'm not carrying around a bag barrel.
Barrel.
Just roll him down the street.
No, that's what we borrowing the cart is for.
It's
We
okay.
put-
He can be in the bag.
We
I'll
put
just be
Nars
sad.
on there with some shackles, so it looks like he's a slave. Pull in a cart, and we just put the barrel on there to disguise it.
I'm actually very okay with this. And I
Listen,
can tamper with
we
said
live in a very
shackles.
demi-human, unfriendly world, and Orc as a manual labor slave is totally acceptable.
Except he
Snort's on
said
board with
all the except that he said all the demigods are fit into the army.
Yeah, but you're personal property, so I'm pretty sure if we're racist enough, or it's gonna be okay.
You're sure? So you went around.
Hold on.
It looked just like this.
If Nords is on board with this, then I will, mess with some shackles so that they literally just come apart from any tension.
I mean, let's also not forget that I am a bird person.
Again, it's not that you can't be those people, but you just can't. It would be weird for you to openly carry weapons in a city where you are basically a conscripted second-class citizen.
Okay.
So again, you don't need to pretend they're servants or anything like that. It would just, you don't draw attention to yourself.
I
A
would definitely.
giant two-handed maul definitely is going to draw attention to you.
What?
I mean, I'm still gonna pull my cloak over my hood over my face.
All right, well then,
That would
Pinchy's in
be-
my bag of holding. Norris, do you want me to put the hammer in the bag of holding?
Mm,
Do you want me to give you a bag of holding with the hammer in it?
I'd like that better. Yes.
Okay. I will make a second bag of holding, and I will lose 1 AC because I love you.
Oh,
You
And I
can
will-
sacrifice an AC to make a bag of holding.
So what it is I can have 3 infused items at a time. I currently
Hmm.
have an infused shield, hammer, and a bag of holding. So I'm going to uninfuse my hammer, and I'm going to make a second bag of holding. If
So
that makes sense.
what's your AC right now, by the way?
16.
So if I give you bark skin and plus a shield, you'll be up to 18.
Well, I have a shield. It's just not infused. Well, no,
Oh,
the
okay.
shield is infused. It's the hammer that's not infused. But yeah. Oh no, sorry. No, I'm keeping my AC. I'm losing my infusion on my attack roll. Still, okay. -1 attack. Whatever. We're good.
Okay. Well, all right, whatever.
You could
That's
always
okay.
would bark skin work on me?
It sets your AC as 16. So if
No,
you're at
I'm at 16.
Yeah,
so then
it's fine. Honestly, it's probably not going to matter anyway, and if it does, I can always use a free action to uninfuse the bag and reinfuse my fucking hammer, so it's not a big deal.
okay,
Ooh,
let's go.
destroying his hammer. Or his maul.
Well,
um,
I'm not going to even take it
All
out.
right.
I'm not that much of a dick.
so
And I suppose I'll put my hand axes javelin.
You have
So
a bag
the-
of holding. You can put everything in there, man.
My dick goes in the bag.
It's too big.
Not living things.
It's too big. Bag of holding breaks.
So the one thing that we didn't cover too was that you guys had spent time with the magical items that you found so far.
Mhm.
So the longsword is just a magical +1 longsword. And then the ring is actually it's a ring of protection that has been cursed.
So is it? I can't remember. Do we? The curse has not been lifted. It's still cursed, right?
It's still cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were able to break the spell and take the ring off,
Okay.
but it is still cursed.
We can deal with that tomorrow.
So the raven stops you guys as you're about to leave, and he goes, "If you have if you need to have anything bought or sold, we have a fence that works out of the cinnamon cider." And he gestures to the corner, and you hadn't noticed, but there is a small weaselly man with kind of greasy hair sitting in the corner, and he goes, "Tony, come over here."
Of course, his name is Tony.
Do I recognize?
The man walks up.
Tony Bag
So
of Donuts.
you can, I mean, if you have anything that needs to be bought or sold,
I like how this is basically Skyrim in that we just befriend the Thieves Guild first so that we can sell anything we want to.
So didn't. What
Well,
did we get for
let's
gems
sub-
from the other place? From the
Plus
so
one.
the gems that you found were actually part of that puzzle.
Yeah.
You use them to create the light, and then they were destroyed.
Oh, they were destroyed. I thought we took them back. Okay,
Nah,
never mind.
they weren't precious gems.
I
Now
think
I'm
we
sad.
should sell the
Oh
long
wait,
sword.
we have the chess set. The chess set.
And all the, well, not all of them, but like the few things I grabbed.
We also found 2 potions of healing. I don't know. I took one. They were greater potions, whichever the 44 is. I don't know who took the other one.
I'm gonna say you're carrying both of them for simplicity.
Okay.
So,
I would like to sell this chess set.
How about this
okay.
long
So,
sword?
I mean, if you guys just tell me what you want to sell, I'll go back later and listen and resell it. So,
I also wrote down that we found a Book of Mormon. Can we sell that?
you can try. So Tony kind of slinks over and he goes, "Hey, you guys, I can, I got a guy I know. He would love that chess set.
How much
Like,
would
if
he
you-
love that chess set?
I gotta talk to him. You don't go in like that, man. You gotta talk. You gotta Have you never sold anything before? I mean, before you know it, the chess set's gone in his bag.
Um,
You guys got anything else you want to sell?
Yeah, I
What
hand
the-
over all my scientific equipment.
Okay.
How about the long
Like
sword?
the things you guys got to understand though is that when you use me to fence, a part of the profits go back to the Raven to run this cell. Are
How
you guys
much?
okay with that?
How much?
50%.
50%?
It's expensive leading a rebellion.
50%. Fucking persuasion.
Can I tell if he's, puffing up the numbers a bit to take
The
a
Raven
cut
is
for
literally
himself?
standing right there, and he doesn't blink. So I would say that he is in agreement with that number.
I'm going to
Ezekiel,
persuade.
35?
Yeah, I'm gonna persuade
35?
and say, how about that seems a little high, doesn't it? That's all I'm gonna say to start.
Okay.
Nice.
How about 30%. I mean, we are helping out the rebellion indirectly, aren't we?
The rebellion is for us, man. We were brought into the future for this rebellion.
And the Raven goes, he's like, we charge what we charge because we need the supplies, but I know you guys are committed to the cause, and you would never spend your money unwisely, and I know you're going to be spending it to help us anyway. He's like, that's fine. So he'll take 30%.
Hell yeah. All right.
Also, I'm not accepting anything less than 120 gold for that chess set.
It's a lot of gold.
We determined that it was worth probably around 200 gold while we were in the dungeon. We have more time to inspect it. I think 120 is fair.
Gotcha. I would like to. Do you say we can buy stuff from this guy too?
You can let him know if you want anything, and he can procure it for you.
All right. I want a couple potions of healing.
Okay.
Side note, because I assume that this isn't done yet, but for the random vials of different liquids and random stuff that I have,
Mhm.
do you just want to like send me, or do you happen to know
Yeah,
what they are at this point?
No,
or just gonna send me
I'll
something later.
randomly generate some stuff that they are, so I'll send it to you
Sound-
later.
Perfect.
I would like a nicer shield or some nicer armor.
And Tony looks at you kind of shocked. He's like, just so you guys know, some of this stuff is not going to be easy to get. You can't just stop on the street corner anymore and buy a shield. I gotta talk to a guy who knows a guy. So even a gold piece is hard to come by at this point. Bellfire, he keeps everything under wrap. The only weapons that are made for his army.
Is there an
I'll do
armory
my
or
best.
a treasury nearby?
All the armories are located inside the middle city.
So I had a sudden realization. The fuck happened to my horse?
Oh.
It's dead.
Well, you
10
stopped paying
years.
rent on it, so
I was honestly considering having a bill waiting for you for stabling. I decided against it.
You took all of our gold anyway.
Property is deemed abandoned after 6 months.
And don't forget, you guys have 0 gold, so the only
Oh,
thing
I was not
he's gonna
aware
be
of
able
that.
to. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so the Scribblenauts had left a note with your stuff saying thanks for the gold. We need it for the rebellion.
So my
Um,
suggestion is
The only thing you're gonna be able to buy is based on what he sells.
Well, then never mind. I ain't gonna be able to afford potions like 50 gold apiece.
where might we go to
Listen.
liberate some funds for the rebellion?
I mean, you can try to knock over some of the caravans outside the city, but I wouldn't recommend it. We get a lot of our stuff from sneaking into the middle city at night and robbing the stores. That's a pretty good way of getting stuff. You should speak to Heather if you want to get in on that action. She's the best at that.
I'm not gonna rob independent shop owners.
There's
I only wish to take from those who oppress the weak.
and Pierre jumps in. He goes, "My friend, they all oppress the weak. There is no independent shop owners in the city. It is all part of the cosmic cog that is Bellfire's industry of war, my friend. There are no bystanders. You are either with us or you are against us."
What are you, a Sith Lord? Jesus. All right, wait.
I do not
Tony.
deal in absolutes.
You will learn, my friend. You will learn.
All right, so we got to kill Pierre.
So, last thing, knowing that I don't have any money, I'm gonna give that +1 sword. Yeah, sell this too.
Bitch,
Okay.
first of all, I have that sword.
No, I do. Oh no, that's right. You do have it.
I would say Erkin melts it down for stuff.
I forgot.
Second of all, unless somebody else actually needs them, I don't care.
I don't think anybody can use it, and I think the barbarian already has a +1 maul.
You could donate it to the war chest.
Well, we need
What do we
money.
get from getting exalted with the Thieves Guild?
I mean, the better outfitted their employees are, the better fit they will be to help you.
All right, I better see somebody carrying a +1 sword on the next mission.
I'd like to ask Tony, since you deal with a lot of suspicious folk and you deal with a lot of, different types of people, about random, let's say arcane anomalies possibly, or people who deal with them.
I know a guy or two.
If I were to hand you this coin, and I swear to God, if this coin doesn't come back, I will end you. If I were to hand you this coin, could you find someone who might be able to identify any information about it?
He takes the coin. He's like, I'll do what I do.
If that coin does
Use
not come back
guys.
to me,
You guys can trust me.
if that coin does not come back to me, I will find you and end you.
You want to roll an intimidation check on Tony Ravioli?
I didn't even want an intimidation check. I just want him to understand those words. I don't care if he's intimidated.
He understands.
We're good. We good.
Okay. All right. So I think you guys have what you need. You are suitably. What is going on? Hilarious. And Pierre, looking like the saddest boy in the room, takes his big floppy hat and folds it up and puts it in his bag.
Oh.
He's like, my friends, we hit the streets. Do you have a particular destination? You're looking just for like an overall tour, or are you looking for? Do you have particular questions about the layout of the city?
How different is it from the picture that you gave us before?
So it's 1,000% different. So basically,
It's a good thing you spent time on that picture.
yes. Well, I didn't plan necessarily at that time to change it all. So
I'm just kidding.
So basically, what was Lockport, as you can see in that picture, so that size of that city is now basically just the inner city where Bellfire's fortress is.
Mhm.
There's another ring where it's basically houses all of the nobles, aristocrats, anyone with means and money, exclusively of the human persuasion, and that's where you'd find too some of your shops and things like that. And then there's the outer city, which is basically where like the working class lives, and it's all hovels or hovels. There's giant manufactories like smithies and stuff like that, mills, and then surrounding the city, pretty much as far as the eye can see in every direction, is basically farmland to support this, an enormous population and war machine that Bellfire has assembled.
How likely is it that we could get to the White Spire?
There is no White Spire
It's
that you can see.
okay. So where the White Spire would normally be, it's just nothing there at the moment.
There's just nothing there. Yeah,
Okay.
like that area has been basically, the city was demolished and rebuilt. Is kind of the way to think about it.
Okay.
So as Pierre walks you around the city speaking nonstop, but kind of gives you the general layout and kind of coaches you on how to act when you're inside the city. How to avoid the guards, how to keep your head down, and look like you're working. Moving from one task to another task. He tells you that most of the citizens in the outer city work the farms. Either that or they work either the mills or the smithies inside the outer city. No one from the outer city goes into the inner city unless they are the servant of one of the nobles. There's 3 gates to the middle city, and then 1 gate from that into Bellfire's fortress's area.
How do the servitors of the nobles identify themselves?
You have paperwork that shows you as a servant, basically, but then you are escorted by a guardsman, basically, to where your destination is inside the inner city. If you are the demi-human persuasion.
Gotta bring your 1099.
Can I Kool-Aid man through the wall?
I think you tried that already. It didn't work.
Doesn't mean I won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Is the guardsman one of Bellfire's guardsmen, or is it like a hired hand by the noble family or something?
So it's the the guards on the innermost gate are Bellfire's personal retinue. The guards in the middle area are, elites but they work directly for the nobles. And then Pierre, and I'm going to switch over to be. I think more fun to be Pierre. So he says, these guards in the outer city, they're just men like me and you. They're trying to make their way. Some of them are assholes, and some of them are not. Just keep out of their way, and they'll keep out of your way.
Can I metagame a minute here?
Sure.
So obviously
My favorite.
our main goal is to get and find and kill Bellfire. Well, what is our short-term goal at the moment? What are we trying to do?
So you tell me. What do you think?
What
do you think would be?
Yeah,
So you're.
I'm discussing it
basically
with the party.
Whatever you can do to further your long-term goal.
I think the first thing we need to do is acquire currency
Yeah.
Yeah.
because we currently have no economic value whatsoever.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
think
we
currency.
start the automated brewery. Weren't we gonna do that?
I meant to, and I'm sorry I forgot. So before you left, the Raven also gave you a rough sketch of the area that I meant to share with you. So it shows where Lockport is, and then comparison to like the coastal region. I'm sorry I forgot to.
That's fine. The rough sketches.
So-
honest.
Is there
Tell me if that worked. Did it come up on your screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
is there I guess I'm gonna ask Pierre. So we need to make some money. Is there somewhere that like people hire hired hands, hired adventurers, like somewhere we can find a job?
My friend, it's the jobs that you'll get. They pay in food. The way we get our gold is that we take our gold. You can try leaving Lockport.
All right, let me rephrase that.
Sure.
So is there somewhere that you've been looking to hit for a while but you haven't been able to?
He kind of looks around, make sure no one's listening, and he says, there is a alchemist who lives in a city who is said to be wealthy beyond our imagination. We have been trying to work an angle, and we have not been able to come up with anything to get into his residence. He is in one of the most secure portions of the city. And then he raises his voice again and he goes, "Look at how big that mill is."
So
You mentioned sneaking in cover of darkness. How many individuals usually operate in your theft cell?
For the thieving mission, usually Heather operates alone, but we would never get into this alchemist shop. It is far too well protected. We are only able to
Wait.
hit the
Sorry, keep going. Sorry.
we are only able to hit the outermost shops. So we could get small goods, but we would never be able to knock over a shop this big.
what if we take
Not
over one of the
not
small
without
shops?
getting into the city.
Isn't that where Heather got the netherwort, the alchemy shop?
No, she knocked over one of the small shops in the less secure area. So there's some small shops, right on the border basically, and then as you move in towards Bellfire's fortress, it gets more and more secure, and it's real fine, like the largest mansions.
Okay.
And what he's referring to is actually the mansion of the alchemist, not like his
Oh.
home, not his actual shop.
Okay, that makes sense. Sorry, I thought that cut you off.
That's okay.
No, it's okay. I was just coming up with something stupid.
Well, so I might have an idea because he said that they use paperwork to go from places in the inner city. They show the paperwork and then a guard escorts them. So all we need to do is find the person who would have paperwork or any sort of paperwork, forge paperwork for this alchemist, and we can have a guard escort us to that person.
So we're talking about good old-fashioned kidnapping here?
No, we just honestly we just need to pickpocket someone's paperwork and then forge it. and Kick Puncher can forge things perfect.
It is true.
And then Pierre kind of looks excited about that. He said, "That, my friends, that will get us halfway there, but we would still need a reason to be at this manse. It will not get us there unescorted. What will they do when they open the door?"
I can take care of it.
Oh yeah,
My-
elaborate. What are
my-
we gonna do?
My,
How do you
my,
stop all the guards of the city from coming?
he goes, my friend, even Pierre Beauregard Devereaux would not be a match for them. You do not know of which you speak. My
Pierre,
friend,
what
there
level
are
Where
reapers.
where do the
reapers in
guards
your
live?
city.
Ooh, I got an idea. Let's go kill.
Okay, what if someone were to disguise themselves, maybe someone who can racially change themselves to look like somebody, into a guard and pretended to escort us to the place?
Well, yes, that's what I was suggesting. But we also need to make sure that the same guard in question does not just show up while I'm impersonating him. So
Uh-huh.
where do the guards sleep?
Snap my finger. That's why we gotta kidnap him.
I'm trying to build into the good old-fashioned kidnapping. Okay, hold on.
The guards for the inner city, I mean, they have homes in the inner city. That's where they live and that's where they work. They're the more well-to-do of us.
So they live
Remember,
in
these
barracks, or
are
do they have
these
private
these are
residencies?
they have private residences. These are the elite guards paid for by the nobles. They have private residences of their own.
So part one, we go find some papers. Part two, good old-fashioned kidnapping of some guards. Maybe steal a couple extra guard outfits for the humans, and part three, we go do some heist. Are we in agreement?
Yeah.
I'm down.
So as you stand there and you're chatting and talking about your heist, you see a long column of dust approaching the city.
What's that?
Direct.
I love it so much.
Pierre looks over and he goes, that is those are the lumber carts. They have been stripping Hadiver Grove for many years now to support the workings of Bellfire.
What happened to the residents of the Grove?
He looks kind of downtrodden, and he says, "It did not end well for them, though that traitor Crenorin now leads the efforts to clear cut the grove."
Ooh, furball down, furball guy.
Alright. Hold. We're going to the Grove.
For what?
What of his daughter?
You missed your shot.
I do not know, my friend. I am sorry. I only know there are rumors from every quadrant of Belfast. There is struggle all over the realm. Even I, Pierre Beauregard Devereaux, cannot solve it all.
Alright, so I'm gonna say we go to the Grove, liberate some freedom fighters, possibly get some good old fashioned vengeance on before we do some, heisty heist.
And some
You mean
loving.
in character? You mean go cause a lot of problems and become notorious before we do our stealth mission?
Think of it as a positive. If we cause a ruckus far away, they'll have to send soldiers far away, which is not here.
And I'm gonna look to Pierre. What are the chances that the Grove has no guards?
Oh, there are many guards, my friend. They use the demi-humans to to do the cutting, but there are always guards. We are guarded day and night.
Would you say the demi-humans outnumber the guards?
I do not know. I've never been to the grove myself. And
There's-
then as you're having this conversation, you hear the sound of trumpets coming from the inner gate. And as it opens up, you see a procession of horses leaving, maybe 300 or 400 horses.
Is Seth's horse
heading-
one of them?
What was that?
Is Seth's horse one of them?
Seth, roll a perception check.
Oh god, the most important perception check I'll ever make. Hold on.
The horse is gonna fuck the person on it and run straight to Seth.
I hope so. I always look at this hoping that I have something other than a +0.
Oh,
Good.
Rip.
5 horses are mine.
Ezekiel is like, why are all those guys riding my horses? So they kind of thunder through the outer city, and people are, they're jumping out of the way, and they kind of pass through and head off north of the city.
North of the city?
Go to the,
They
towards the
kind of
volcano?
circle around. Yep.
The dragon.
I forgot about that.
Pierre goes, "Oh, here we go again."
What do you mean?
try again. That's being really.
The dwarves must be making mischief in the north again.
I'm sorry, do we not like mischief?
They're going to end up getting themselves killed up there. We've been trying to get them to come join the resistance in Lockport, and they're so thick-headed. You know dwarves.
Are they not under Balfire's rule right now?
They accept the rule of no man.
We should pay them a visit then.
I look at myself. I am no man.
It's okay. You never were.
Wow.
I mean, you're a
They
dwarf
will
right now.
follow. They will follow me.
You could use them to recapture the grove.
I use them to incite a riot. Yeah, dwarves make excellent hammers and shields and things. They can outfit
I
an
like those
entire
things.
rebel army.
I like both of them.
I'd
Where
say
do we
we,
wanna go?
if we're gonna do anything like that, I'd say we should go to the dwarves.
I still
Actually,
feel like. Go ahead.
can everyone roll me a perception check?
God damn it.
Ooh.
Do I need another one?
Yeah,
Mm.
please. Actually, you know what, Seth? You can sit with your first one. I'm sorry. That's fine.
Damn it, fucking
Fuck.
Shit.
That's what you get for asking
So
questions.
I'm actually gonna roll back a couple seconds as they're passing through.
Oh, I
Oh.
noticed all the things.
So is that everyone?
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
Oh. So Urken notices that the person leading the procession is Dell, commander of the special forces for Belfire.
Let's go fuck him up.
wait, does it Del like us? Though? Like secretly?
Eh,
Or what was the other
I
guy's
would-
name?
Kick Puncher's gloves start to tingle.
I mean, we saw him for like a few minutes, and then he was ready to kick our asses before we surrendered.
Right, but I'm saying
Dylan
he's not.
Bastion.
What I'm saying is he's not ignorant to reason.
Oh yeah, Bastion.
I mean, we also don't know. Yeah, we don't know what happened in the last 10 years, though.
It's true,
I know.
but we know that Bastion was the asshole and Dell was the younger one
Yeah.
who liked us. Yeah. So
Correct.
So that's what I mean. So
Started
one,
taking
maybe,
notes in the second session apparently. Okay, I kind of want to go north now.
Right. Dwarves, army.
I'd
Dwarves
I
s-
to
also
be-
want to steal.
I'd say we
Robin's-
liberate the dwarves and then use that to help liberate the grove, and then we can make just a giant pincer attack on Lockport with dwarves and grove.
And then
Hold
while
up.
they're distracted,
They
we
just-
can go steal stuff. Yes, good plan.
We just, yeah. Okay, good. They're just-
The
no,
actual
wait.
goal is just to
We
get
just
rich.
had We just had 400 people leave the city.
Yeah.
400 guards. Why don't we try to steal from this mansion while there's 400 less guards here? One of them being the leader of the special forces, and then liberate the troops.
So Pierre jumps in. He goes, "My friend, those were Belfire's personal retinue. They were not the guards of the nobles."
Yeah, but I'm just saying that that's still less
Yes,
people who
there
might
is
respond to us.
absolutely true statement. Yes. Just want to make sure to clarify that.
700,000 minus 300 is still
Do we know how
saying.
many guards, like total, in general?
Yeah, you guys
Oh,
have been here for 10 years.
inside the city.
Yeah.
There are several thousand guards within the city.
Yeah, I'm liking going north.
My friends, I know it has grown. Lockport is a city of over 100,000 now. It's not the same world anymore.
Can't scare me. I live in.
Listen, I'm good to
My
take out
accent.
about 200 guards, so that'll leave you guys 100.
All right, fine. Fine. We can steal things another day.
Those guards ride out to meet one of Belfire's armies. They have had the dwarves under siege for many years now.
What can you tell me about the dwarves?
Let's go help break the siege.
No, see,
I
the
agree.
trick is to have me cast Spirit Guardians, throw me on a horse, and have the horse dash while I run through them and hit everybody for shitloads of
Everyone.
radiant damage.
I like it.
Urken goes back down. Him and TikTok invent a nuclear bomb.
Out of the
Yo.
grandfather clock.
No, we can't destroy the grandfather clock. TikTok loves it.
All right. So
Alright.
once again, as you are conversating, for the last time, something draws your attention. You hear an ear-splitting roar come from above, and an ancient red dragon
Oh,
lands on top of Belfire's keep
I
Fuck
knew
it, I'm out.
and
No.
blows fire into the sky.
Kool-Aid Man through all of the walls to get there.
It turns out the dragon has the biggest fire dick. We're gonna go somewhere else.
No,
Yep.
no,
So
I want the dragon. I want it now.
the dragon
Good
lives up
luck.
north, probably with the dwarves, right?
Nah, dragon is covering home base while the personal guard goes to deal with the dwarf.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we're gonna call it here, and you guys can decide and rack and be indecisive for the next 2 weeks. Because that's actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's decide which direction you're going, so that I don't have to
North.
create 4 different
the-
plot lines.
To the north.
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 Yeah. North sounds good.
We have to find the free men of the north to unite with the south.
I
This
mean,
sounds like a TV show. Hold on.
I mean, furbolgs are great, but furbolgs armed with dwarvish armor and weapons is going to be better.
And also,
I
they can
can't
make
wear
better
metal.
sh-
Dwarves only make metal armor.
That is true.
Yeah, but the other are they all druids?
No, but
Exactly.
the 7,000 lumberjacks can all have axes and blades.
Exactly.
Mhm.
They don't need to be the finest craftsmanship. They just gotta exist.
Wait, so you
the
supporting going
north.
south or north?
To the north.
North.
All right, north it is.
We agree.
Thank
so
you.
we
By
got
the
it.
way, I just
What
I don't have to.
direction are we going? I'm sorry. Did someone say north?
North.
No,
So-
we said west.
So as you, I'm assuming that you have preparations to make right before you leave on your journey.
Oh, we have
Um,
preparations, and I have like an hour worth of questions about the dwarves. So,
Okay, you want to do that now?
I mean, yeah.
Well, let's do it next time. So, Pierre, I'll be better prepared now that I know which direction you're going. I'm glad it worked out like this, because if you guys had gone here sooner, I mean, I had the outline for each direction kind of laid out, but it will be better fleshed out now that I know which way you're going.
So
What about the outline for our alchemist mansion heist?
That's in there too. I had stuff for you to do in the city. I had stuff north, stuff south, and then technically, if you notice, this map also has other cities on it.
Oh yeah, I
Mhm.
saw across the water.
Yeah, but my initial thought was that we're broke as fuck and boats are expensive.
Yeah. And actually,
Wait,
I
wait,
don't.
wait. What about that Kraken to the north? Kill it?
Probably, and then we can
Here
sell
there
it.
be monsters. I mean, there's
If
a
we-
town that may be of particular note to you, Seth. I don't know
Uh,
if you.
I only glanced at it. Hold on.
Acton.
Nope, that's of particular note to Norris.
Pinela.
That's a particular note to nobody.
Tunisia.
So, Seth, you know that your family was in Bryshire the last you knew, and all you know is that Scribblenaught picked them up.
All right, I left you a
Oh, okay,
doc
thank
in
you. All right.
in your DMs.
So,
Am I the only person that speaks Dwarvish, or is there someone else too?
I think I do.
I think it's.
I have no idea what I.
I speak Elvish, Common, Deep Speech, Dwarvish, and Halfling.
Great. Someone with better charisma, please speak to the dwarves.
You were fine with the guards last time though.
I have a flute.
so Pierre
Helpful.
Pierre let you guys know too. He's like, my friends, if you are going to leave the city without Pierre Beauregard Devereaux, which would be silly if you ask me, you must watch out. Bellfire, they're not his, but they're how you say mercenaries that wander the fields and the roads, looking for conscripts for Bellfire's army. You must avoid them at all costs.
Who said
Do they
you
have
were
any good
not
stuff?
coming with us?
Is he coming with you?
Yeah,
You pack
we'll
up
give him
all
a
your
fake beard.
NPCs.
Yeah.
Give him a fake beard and everything. He can train his dwarf.
Yeah, let's get Raven. Let's get Heather over here. Barley, can he
Scribble-
fight?
Scribblenaught will probably be rested up by then.
There's
He
a
mentioned his
dragon.
wife. He mentioned his wife's name was Jen, right? Barley.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
So-
we
She's
should
a
get
dwarf.
her. Yeah.
Pierre,
Oh.
Pierre looks at you and his eyes are gleaming, and he reaches into his pocket and whips out his giant floppy hat and puts it on his head, and he's like, "My friends, it is an adventure." He does a backflip.
And I'm gonna
Put the hat away. Put the hat away, Pierre. Put it away.
I'm gonna
Puts the hat back in his
like
pocket.
elbow Pierre while looking at the rest of the group and be like, and how would the resistance like a full army on their side to help?
That would be a dream come true. I will personally stab Bellfire in his rotten heart, and he gestures as if he's stabbing stuff. He doesn't take his rapier out.
Wait, he got to bring his
Um,
weapon with him?
No, it's hidden. He's got it hidden. I say he didn't pull it out.
Okay.
How small is this rapier? He's a halfling.
It's it's kind of like a butter knife. Super sharp, but very small.
It's like one of those fake plastic lightsabers that just like
Yeah,
is like a stacking doll that folds in on itself.
It looks like a long sword to him. All right, so you guys head, and we're just gonna put a pin in it here, but you guys head back to the Cinnamon Cider. I'm gonna assume you update the Raven on the plan, and you head into the secret basement to make your final preparations. And just because I like to fuck with them, Urken, can you roll a perception check?
I swear to God, I'm gonna level up. I'm gonna fucking get extra perception.
Yeah, do we not level up after all the zombies?
We're gonna level up after this rolls.
Yeah, if you ever land one of these perception checks, we'll level up.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think
so
Mickey
we'll
knew
call
I
it there.
Wait, we
and
don't find out what happens?
we would have
he
found out
doesn't-
if I passed.
He
the
doesn't find
roll,
out. I don't have to tell you what you didn't see. So he'll figure it out at some point, or he won't.
but- No. Oh, I will. Don't you worry. When we come back, figure it out.
All right, yes. So when you guys come back, you're going to be leveled up. So if everyone wants to
Hey.
send me their sheets.
Woohoo!
All right, gonna do. Oh,
Fourth
so
level spells, here we come.
if I'm picking my aspect, do you need the is it Volos or it's Xantars? Do you need the
I think
subclass stuff sent to you, or do
you
you
sent
have
it
it
to me
already?
already. Yeah.
Okay.
Just tell me how it breaks the game, and so I can prepare for it. If you would.
No.
I'll just Google why is blank broken. The internet will tell me.
What? Sometimes I'll pick something just for flavor, not necessarily for game breaking.
It hasn't happened yet.
It will.
You guys can't appreciate this, but Ye is really strict with Chris in our other game for his bag of tricks.
Nice.
Yes, he is. And I did roll a fucking Brontosaurus. God damn it.
You